Ooh, it's telling me it's not picking up my voice. Can you watch BoozeBash too and just let me know if it's picking it up?
Yeah, let me see.
Thank you.
Let me see. I have it muted. Say something?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. I will make, I don't know if the stream announcements have been made, but I'll make them. They haven't. They have not. All right. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It is me, Jackie Fox casting with Sevelin here.
Hello, welcome.
Um, we have Blessed Isles versus the Void TM, I suppose. All right. One of their players is allegedly in the bathroom. If I walk down my hallway, I could probably confirm that allegation. I hear the toilet flushing. I think he's ready. Or will be ready.
Nice. I cannot wait for the games to begin. If I believe this is the winners side of the bracket, so whoever wins this will immediately qualify for the finals, if I'm not mistaken. So
That's
very
correct.
exciting. Yep.
Yeah, I can pull up a little bracket here. We can take a look at that. Look at this. We have our Chemtech winners Damasi at the bottom. But we are in Hextech here. Yep, and this match in week 8, if the Void or Blessed Isles wins, they automatically go to finals. Piltover Targon, streaming on BoozeBash, just normal BoozeBash, they will get eliminated. Uh,
And the loser of this match will go against the winner of the match going on in the other Twitch channel right now. So
yep.
um, so do you know anything about these teams? What kind of play styles they have, or anything like that? You might want to comment on. Do you have any like initial thoughts about how this match will go?
Um, so from what I've seen, Blessed Isles wins if Angelica wins lane and is fed, and
Got it.
Void wins if she doesn't get fed. That's kind of that's kind of the gist of what I've seen so far.
All right, so it seems like Blessed Isles is a team that plays around Angelica, which will be very exciting to see how they draft around that. Do they tend to draft like really um hard funnel comps
Mm,
or anything like that, or do they just draft whatever and just hope that that lane wins?
I think they just draft whatever, but she's definitely their prio. Like they need her. Yeah, I think they'll save her pick for last every time they can. They can't here on blue side. They're just gonna pray that they get the counter. The Void technically, the Void has kind of three players that are their carries. They have Lawful Dog. Excuse me. Sorry. They have Lawful Dog in the
Pretty
top
good.
lane. Uh, he's he hasn't lost lane much. This is his Garen. That ban is definitely directed right at him. We've seen him play it I think once and it was disgusting so far. Nintendo Forever, she plays a lot of hyper carries like uh, Aphelios. Well, that's really her main is Aphelios, and I guess those are their two like real carries.
Got it. And then should we expect Angelica to be in the mid or the bot lane? I
She's a mid
assume mid
laner.
lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Right.
Um,
Awesome.
that's what we
Very
expect.
exciting.
Blessed Isles does they mix up their order a lot. They've been keeping Angelica mid. She did play 80
Hmm.
carry I think once. Um,
Got it. So they do have the capability of swapping. It does seem like, based on what I'm looking at in the rules, that they are flexible to swap roles a little bit. So yeah, interesting.
oh, Toledo sent us a video in the middle of the draft. I guess we'll watch it quickly. Very quick video. He just kicked the tree.
Maybe it's a Hecarim angle. Maybe that's what this is pointing to.
I guess so. Thank you, Toledo. First
Nope, we just see
picks.
the Smolder
Yeah,
just starting off strong with a very good scaling, reliable scaling champ on Blessed Isles.
yeah, that's yoinked
Should
from
have.
Nintendo. That's also a champ that she's been playing a lot in these
I see.
matches.
Nice. Good job on the drafts. And as far as ban goes, we're seeing a lot of the target banning on the mid lane. We see Azir, LeBlanc, and Zed all being banned. All very scary champions if they get ahead in the early game. So just
Yeah,
like you were
these are
saying, makes a
all
lot of
Angelica
sense.
bans.
Yep.
Every single one of them. These two are for
Meanwhile,
Lawful
Void
Dog,
is
and this is for Maru. Or Ghost Boy.
got it. Yeah. Meanwhile, we see on the Void they're locking in the Draven,
No,
but
they're
no, they actually lock
not.
in the Vel'Koz against the Smolder pick. Probably support, but could be mid lane as well.
Probably mid
You have
lane.
any ideas? All right,
Thalak
got it.
is a Black, my boyfriend. He is he is Vel'Koz. So if you want to see a
Got it.
Vel'Koz, that's
So
him. And he likes it mid. But they could swap. Nothing is
very
out of the
cool.
question.
And
Zachary?
immediately following up with the Zac. So the Zac and the Vel'Koz can work really well together because the Zac can chain CC and keep somebody still, and also clump people together with Q, and then Vel'Koz can hit a nasty ult on multiple people that the Zac sets up for. So, very good start. One concern that I do have is that the Smolder might outscale this kind of team, especially with Zac. Smolder and Lilia together do a lot of tank shredding, especially later on in the game. So even though Zac is really good at healing, definitely can be a little bit vulnerable as the game starts to go on. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Smolder's a really good late game pick, and I think if we like checked BoozeBash stats, Smolder probably has a really, really positive win rate in BoozeBash right now. Because these
Yeah,
games tend to go
Smolder,
long.
very, very good. Yes. I really like the Lilia response I was saying before, and to the Zac, it's a very good matchup. And then just following it up with the reliable Maokai support pick, just really able to set up the entire rest of the team and provide good peeling for both Smolder and Lilia. So it makes a lot of sense, especially against their team. One um thing that might be a little bit bad for the Maokai though is that the Vel'Koz should just be able to outrage and poke this. But we immediately see into this Lily and Smolder a Leona pick, which is in my mind a little bit interesting because Leona really likes to go in and engage. But in the late game, might get outscaled by the Smolder and Lilia, especially when they just again just start shredding through this tanky front line. So a little bit interesting in my eyes, but I can see the idea. The idea is to go in hard on the Smolder early, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. This Maokai also might be Maokai top. Grant has played it top lane. I'm sure they picked this to flex it basically.
Oh wow, interesting. I haven't seen Maokai top in a while, so yeah, uh,
They
very
do
clever.
love sticking Grant on Maokai duty. That's a
Yeah.
classic. It's probably support. I agree with you there, but I wanna.
Yeah. And then of course the Milio ban, just very just normal ban right after picking Leona on R3. You just want to ban that Milio. Really hard counters Leona and is also just pairs well with Smolder. So yeah, very smart there. And then Syndra is just a really good answer into the Zac and the Leona engages with Scatter the Weak. So another very good ban. And then I'm assuming the bans on Blessed Isles for round two are just comfort picks that the Void have. So yeah, makes sense on both sides.
The Yorick. All right. They banned Nintendo's one trick. They banned Lawful Dog's three of his split pushers. I'm sure he has more. And
Wait, but
four
we
out of
did
five
say
of
that.
these were directed at Angelica.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And they banned the
Never
Milio
mind.
thinking that this could be flex. They're not sold that this is a Maokai
Yeah.
support.
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. The Milio is a good band into that. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah. And
Vayne.
then Vayne, very interesting into this lineup. I think Vayne is going to struggle into Smolder, just who will be able to poke him out, and also as somewhat into Lilia as well. Vayne can just get kited out by Lilia, who will just like run circles around her, but it is very good into the Maokai pick. So it does have some reasoning behind it that makes sense. Ooh, Yasuo, interesting. Very few knockups yet. Let's see what the Yasuo is paired up with, but the only other knockup that we have on this team is the Maokai Q if they're in range. Let's see what Blessed Isles will wrap up the draft with. Um, Renata. So it is Maokai top, like you were saying. Renata also very good into this type of dive comp. I really think that the Voids draft currently, depending on what their last pick is, the Voids draft really hinges on how good this Vel'Koz, how much value this Vel'Koz can get. Because right now it just doesn't really seem like Blessed Isles have many answers into the Vel'Koz. And then it looks like the Shen was the final piece locked in. Will give the Vayne some protection when she tries to play the game and go in and do her thing. So this was a very good last pick. And also probably shouldn't do bad into the Maokai. I expect both junglers will probably play really hard for their bot lanes. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think this game is very interesting, and both teams have ways to win this game through their drafts that are very understandable and make a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm excited for this one.
As am I. I like Blessed Isles comp way more. I'll say that. I think it's way easier to
Yeah,
pull
I do as
off.
well.
The Void has not that Vel'Koz and Vayne don't do damage, but they are like any comp that relies on two champs to do all the damage is it's exactly you're like relying solely on these two players, and if one of those two lanes doesn't go even at at most or at least, uh
Yeah.
they could be in trouble.
I expect the Lilia and the Smolder to get a lot of value this game, especially the Lilia. I just feel like Lilia just does so well into this Void team. She'll just be able to kite all of these big meet tanks like Zac, Leona, and Shen, and will also just be able to kite around the Vayne and not just stay in Vayne's auto range and get silver bolts procced. Um, I just really think it depends on how ahead this Vel'Koz can get in the early game. If I'm the Void, I am
Yeah.
playing for this Vel'Koz. I'm sending Leona and Zac in the mid lane because if Vel'Koz gets ahead, no one on Blessed Isle's team can really get into range of Vel'Koz, especially with all of the peel with the Zac, the Leona, the Shen that they just have such a big front line that if Vel'Koz gets ahead and they engage and the Vel'Koz laser goes off, it's just it's really hard for Blessed Isles to deal with. But if Vel'Koz is behind, I expect Blessed Isles to win, and it seems like they are favored. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah. I think Blessed Isles comp is just easier to pull off. I think both teams
Oh
can
yeah,
win,
definitely.
but I think that one's easier. So an easier one tends to win.
Yep, yep. So
All
it's
right.
you did say that Vel'Koz was like Vel'Koz is like really like the highly played champ, right? Like
Yeah.
highest mastery, right? So,
I don't know if it's as high as his highest master is probably Ezreal.
oh, okay, got it.
Um,
But in
but
mid lane
yeah.
though, I'm assuming Vel'Koz
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
highest.
probably mid lane.
Yeah. So I mean, when it comes down to comfort picks, if he can pull off the Vel'Koz really well, then that goes miles because like I think it's very important to emphasize that comfort picks and just being able to pilot the champion well is ultimately something that's super important for these games.
Fully agree. You want to take a crack at the Laldo with me while we wait these we can't do any
Sure.
betting.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Let's
All
go.
right. Let's send it. All right. Type any champion to begin. Do we have a chat to Oh, we do.
No
Wait.
way.
Wait a
No
second.
way.
Did they play this
No
on BoozeBash
way.
1?
Did somebody enter in chat and you just used it or
Yeah, yeah, somebody said Kane.
oh well then
Hmm.
that's probably why. I think they already did it.
Hmm. Suspicious.
I think I hate this champ though, so
I mean, maybe it was a if it was just
yeah.
actually like a guess, that would be
It's
crazy.
possible. It's possible. I might have guessed Kane because I hate Kane and I usually ban it in my games, so yeah.
All right. Let's do this
Uh,
one.
Either
You
Rengar or
run.
Shaco.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I think Shaco's more tricky, so I would say Rengar. Like
You run.
that
You want me
sounds
to
like a very
stab you.
Rengar thing.
Somebody says
That's
Katarina.
Katarina, huh?
Oh, I've never really get
Oh, it is
Katarina.
Katarina.
Sure.
Interesting. Katarina seems more like the slashing type, but okay.
She does have, yeah. She throws the
Like
knives.
all her abilities in League are throwing the knives or slashing you with the knives. I don't think any of her things are like stabbing you, but she's an assassin, so it makes sense. Um,
I mean, if you get hit with a thrown knife, I think it would stab you. Uh,
it's Alistar
yeah, you could
something.
see the champion in here.
Yeah. Um,
Uh, Roar. This is ult or is passive?
uh, Wait, is what is the name Triumphant Roar?
Yeah. His Q is a
That I
smash. His
think it's
W is
his
the dash.
passive, but because the roar is his heal, right? Like when he roars, he heals. It's not his ult. His ult is like it's called something else. It's like Last Stand or something like that. I think it's his passive, and it looks green, so I think it is the passive. like as healing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it would seem. Emojis.
Roller
Roller
skates.
skating?
Zeri?
Yeah. That's
Zeri.
what
She
the first.
skates.
Wow. Okay.
Awesome. Splash. This is the hardest one. Warwick skin right
Is
off the
this
bat, but I
Warwick
do
or
see pink.
Zoe?
I
There's
see
a.
pink and I see canisters. I see a lot of wolves. This one's interesting.
This is gonna be like Winter Blessed something.
Oh, it might be Winter Blessed Warwick, actually. Does Winter Blessed Warwick have like pink
No,
theme? I
this
forgot.
is this is gonna be like Zoe or Diana, I think.
Could be Diana. Diana's not pink though in
Is her
Winter
Winter
Blessed
Blessed
skin,
one
so
not?
maybe it's
Uh,
there is a Winter Blessed Diana, yes.
let's start off with Zoe. Oh, it is Zoe.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. Oh, she's saving the sheep.
What
That's
is
cute.
this name? Is it Winter Blessed Zoe?
Yeah, it's Winter Blessed Zoe.
Okay.
These are. Oh, we have to guess.
Yep.
Jesus, we're
Okay.
like we've gotten everything on the first
Well, you
try.
just got everything right. Wow.
All right, you do you watch One Piece? You want to do the One Piece duel?
I only watched like the first 100 episodes or
Okay, okay.
so I'm not very versed on any of these actually.
We can play it safe and do
Yeah.
Poké You have
I
one
mean, we
minute.
have 52 seconds left, so
We
yeah.
gotta go fast. Easy. It is not
Okay, this
urban.
time it wasn't first try.
Yeah,
I don't know many Pokemon. Sorry, you're gonna have to carry this one.
it's a. Oh, it's a normal type. Whoops, I'm bad at these. What are some big normal types? Well, it's not
It's
as
not brown,
heavy.
red, yellow, or blue, or white.
Yeah. Well, Snorlax isn't the first evolution, but I guess it is in the first one. All right.
I think the game's probably started by now as well. It's like,
It should be
Oh,
start. There we
yeah,
go.
about to.
Let's exit out of that.
Oh, my screen's alt tabbing into the game. Maybe I should have left the lobby. Oops. Here, 1 second.
There we go. I'm gonna fix my Discord stream for you. 'Cause I don't think it would make noise if I left it the way it was. Fix.
Yeah, I can hear it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So, who is playing for everyone? Okay, so it seems like we just have some pretty normal 5 points
seconds
starting
until
off.
minions spawn.
There's a little bit of interesting setup on the top lane, but otherwise, pretty normal so far.
I'm gonna try to catch up here. Yeah, they're just 5 pointing.
Minions have spawned.
Vayne is top.
Oh, they sent
Oh,
Vayne top lane, Vel'Koz spot lane?
they did?
Shen. Oh no, they're just Shen. So this is probably a version of the lane swap meta. Maybe I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it could be like a sort of lane swap. And we already see
Oh.
there's heavy trading in the mid lane,
Wow.
and Yasuo just getting the first blood immediately.
Shen
Very
is
very
mid.
early on.
I guess that was to counter the Yasuo. Obviously, that didn't work out.
Well, didn't really work out. Yeah.
Really. Yeah. Steve is a very good
Oh.
bot laner, and he's a very good Vel'Koz player, but sacrificing the mid lane to put him down there, like Nintendo Forever is a very solid AD carry. So swap is a little odd to me, I think.
Actually, Nintendo is on the Shen, by the way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo's on the Shen.
Oh,
Black
I
is
see. They
usually in
fully
the mid-
swapped their...
Yeah.
Oh, they fully swapped their positions this game.
Yes. And we'll see soon whether it was worth it or not. Interesting. Right.
So we already see that the Yasuo has a gold lead, and my first thoughts on this are actually that it's not that big of a deal for a comp like for a comp that we see on the red team. I just feel like that kind of team won't really mind Yasuo being ahead because of their range advantages and they're just strong engage and burst potential. I don't think Yasuo is the most consequential, but the kill on the Vel'Koz, like I was saying earlier, I think that's a little bit more important. So this gank by Lilia is huge. This is really, really massive.
Jesus. Nintendo forever
Yeah.
doesn't get the return kill. Killed 0-2 starting off is really rough. This is rough for the Void. This is exactly what Blessed Isles wants. The easy team
Blessed
comp
Isles
wins.
Blessed Isles getting some getting an early lead like this is incredible for them, and will honestly just make the game super easy. I mean, Smolder being ahead and Yasuo being ahead is pretty good. Again, I more think that the Smolder is the more key piece here than the Yasuo. Like, the Yasuo doesn't really have that much setup, but I mean, if Yasuo gets like 5 kills in lane and comes out with like 2 items starting team fights in the mid game, then I mean it doesn't matter what champion you're on. Like, this will be a big problem for the Void for sure. And they're already up 1.2k gold, which is quite a large amount of gold at this time in the game. Only
Ghost
5
Boy
minutes.
going in. His AD carry or his support walked away. It chunked Bumblebee quite a lot in that trade. Oh,
See, does Bumblebee have any pots? Yes, I believe he does have
oh,
pots.
Zac
here.
engaging mid
Oh.
on Angelica. She's just gonna walk out, but they did chunk her. And Lilia's there for the return gank. If she wants to.
I don't think that she'll be able to get much off this, but you know, it certainly does help them establish control of this dragon pit and give them some breathing room in this game that they were previously trying to look for, especially as how far behind they were, burning the teleport from Angelica early on.
Oh,
And as we can
nice.
see, Zac has been... Yeah, that was a really good cancel. But as we have seen, Zac is just putting pressure on the map, trying to get a bunch of early ganks off, especially after the first clear.
Skirmishing. Leona going in
now
again.
the Zac and... Oh wow, this is very action-packed already
Yeah,
at this
he
point in the
is.
game.
They are Blessed Isles is pretty chunky. Or I guess they're all pretty chunky.
They are all little chunks, but we see that that the Void should not actually have to worry about anything. Meanwhile, the Blessed Isles jungler just recalled, and given that, they might have
Zac is
to
here.
get this wave in. They're in a little bit of an unsafe spot.
Gets
Yes,
it.
the Zac is going in for this gank. He
Knock
does
up
hit
the Vel'Koz?
the Z, and the
He's-
Leona is in, and
she's
that
dead.
is a kill for
Oh.
the Vel'Koz.
Might be another kill here
Trying to
mid.
give him some hope in this game. And now, as we can see, did not go for the ult there. The Yasuo ult will just take the trade, and
Not happy.
Lilia is just kind of hovering, but doesn't really seem like there's anything to go on here. But yeah, both junglers are now going away from the bot lane. I really do think that as soon as the Lilia reset on that earlier play, that the bot lane of Blessed Isles needed to just back off, because yeah, the Zac is just going to stay there, and without any jungle help, there isn't really much you can do. very well played by the Void and getting that kill back onto the bot lane, closing the gold lead back to about 400 gold.
Oh, we have Maokai ult, and it's not gonna matter. This Vayne is up
Meanwhile, both
like almost 40 CS too on him.
Yep, both flashes being traded, and honestly, now I'm starting to see why this lane swap was so impactful. Putting the Vayne against the Maokai makes the Maokai's lane a very, very miserable, as yeah, there is a huge substantial CS lead, and this Vayne is going to be really, really impactful later on.
Turret shot
with a
for
lead like
Angelica.
Good
Oh,
buffer
Milk
by
has
the
laser.
Leona. Will
Not enough.
actually hit, but yeah, it wasn't quite enough to get the kill, but almost.
Sneaky time. And Shen ulting up top. Oh, Renata's dead. I'm like Grant unable to find any kill, and he is just rage auto attacking.
This is a very good comeback for the Void, winning on both sides of the map. So we also got the kill bot lane on the Renata as well. So because of these two plays, the Void will just earn their grubs, as they have completely closed the gold lead from the early gold lead, and will even get more from it as well.
Oh,
Let's see,
Angelica's
this is a
ulting.
solo kill. Angelica is ulting, going in. Will cause a flash to be used,
Wait,
but
she
it
lives.
wasn't quite enough to get the kill, and they both live.
That's crazy. Shen's gonna have the taunt up. Yasuo does not win that anymore. He needs to get out of there. Zach and Leona are coming, trying to help. Yasuo is out of there.
And then
They
one
know.
other thing I would like to know is that we did see that the top lane CS diff is pretty big, but it looks like the mid lane CS diff is also pretty big, and
Yep.
not only that, but he also has multiple kills. So it really seems like it's going to be Vayne and Yasuo making a huge difference in some of these later plays after the lane ends, as they have cemented themselves as having substantial leads in these lanes. But it looks like right now, both junglers clearing their bottom side, getting ready for a possible dragon here, as there is no objectives on the top side of the map. We see that the Void's bot lane does have prio and are pinging onto this dragon. So Zach coming over, maybe looking for this. They're looking in the jungle for the Lilia, but nothing to be found. Just putting a ward down and leaving. Doesn't want to start anything too early without any vision or anything like that.
Blessed Isle's jungler is on the top side of the map right now. So if they catch wind of that, they might just start the streak. A little scuffle mid lane. Wow, it's embarrassing to be 2-0 up like all that CS and then kind of start to lose trades. It is a counter matchup, I'm assuming. Oh, Milkai's laser down.
Pretty bad. And there it is, another bot lane kill on the Renata, using this Leona Vel'Koz combo, able to keep the one of the two laners down and just get a free kill. But will they use this for a dragon or not? It just seems like they want the pressure in the lane just to get maybe a plate or something, as they're not really doing much with this kill in this tempo. Maybe they just want to look for a good reset here, but Zach actually pathed away from them and is just pathing topside here. Very interesting.
Yeah, I guess they're afraid to take this dragon right now. I don't know. They're playing it safe.
Makes sense. They did use just a lot of their key cooldowns on that fight, so they will just be happy to look for push and maybe even just stay the lane and keep on applying pressure here.
Zach's here in the mid lane. Angelica, haunted, CC'd,
Okay, looking.
knocked up. They find
Alright,
her?
they
They
have-
find her!
They do
Shutdown.
find the shutdown.
Well, it's not a
Huge.
shutdown, I guess. There is no shutdown. I thought it would be a shutdown, but I didn't see it
I'm actually
say.
kind of surprised it wasn't, yeah.
Wait, say shutdown on Spectator?
It
Good,
said
right?
it said 350 gold, so it might have been like a really small shutdown.
Okay.
It wasn't that big. Yeah.
Oh, looks like they know they're about
We
to, or
don't
they
know
think
that
they're about to get
now
to.
looks like.
Oh, Velka's
Yeah,
laser.
it now looks like they.
Dead!
Oh wow, the Vel'Koz ult is so much damage, and it looks like Zac might actually look for the dragon here. They did just
Yep.
kill the Smolder. They have their full Blackfire torch, and yeah, this might just be a dragon for the Void as they have clawed their way back out of that early game deficit completely, and they're now completely in control of this game, up 2,000 gold now.
Yeah. These the lane swaps, they looked scary at first just because Angelica got a little fed, but if Shen's just
It is
back in the
true,
game,
yeah.
Vayne's winning
Uh,
her lane, Vel'Koz Leona just insta kill whoever they get on. This is laning phase is
and
rough for Blessed Isles right now.
And you got to worry about this Vel'Koz later on in the game because who on the other team is going to deal with this fed Vel'Koz, as we do see multiple laners coming to gank the Shen. I don't know if this will actually work. I mean, it definitely will work. Yeah, spending the Lily ult, spending the Yasuo ult definitely will get the play, using the fact that the Void had to reset on bot lane. So they will be able to get that gank off with no cost, really. No plates, no nothing. So very good play for the Blessed Isles.
Oh, Anarchist Edge flashing
Good
out.
flash. And now
Flame already
Lilia is
coming
looking to
top.
make even more happen.
Hitting against
Vayne
the
will
wall.
pop the ulti. Might actually outplay
Killing.
this.
He's gonna
Does
kill all of them.
outplay this. Wow. Vayne 1v2. Well played.
The Awful Dog saying, hey, I can play more than split pushers. That was kind of a crazy 1v2. I might clip that.
Yeah, that was really well played. Okay. Nice Vel'Koz ult to chunk them out, but cannot enter the turret until the Blackfire torch wears off. That will not be a problem. But Bumblebee is super chunked in lane and is just really unable to do anything. And it will actually just slow down the building of Smolder stacks as well. Meanwhile, the Shen ult being used on Angelica in order to save the Vayne, and it looks like Zac will actually just look for this dive. Does actually get the hit off and does get the Q, flashing to Q the turret and get the kill. But on the return, it looks like Lilia's coming to make a return play, but with a complete numbers disadvantage, the Void will just turn on her and she just doesn't get anything and just dies in the process. What a beautiful sequence for the Void.
Oh! That is the most dead Smolder I've ever seen. Unfortunately, Vel'Koz tanked that tower.
Vel'Koz did live, wow. Very, very lucky there, but yeah, this is just a complete disaster for the Blessed Isles, as they just lost both their top tower and their bot tower and lost both fights as well, as Angelica will teleport to answer this, but doesn't really find anything and just kind of has to leave. In fact, Angelica is on the other side of the map and is just kind of stuck here. No way that Leona will ever let this Yasuo get to the Vel'Koz. The Vel'Koz will just safely return to tower here. And meanwhile, the Zac will just get the Rift Herald while this is all happening. So Blessed Isles just losing even more on the map here off that play.
Yeah, I think Blessed Isle needs to start thinking about game 2. And yes, Manny, this is the first game. The Void did some weird lane swaps that people weren't expecting, and kind of think Blessed Isles their chance of winning this game has gone down a lot.
Yeah, the Blessed Isles actually had a really, really hard lead at the first, 5 minutes of the game. They had a 2k lead at the first 5 minutes, but after
Ult down.
some unfortunate events,
Vel'Koz
they
ult.
are just losing everywhere on the map. And
Oh god,
Yeah,
Leona
this
just doesn't let
is
anyone
getting
walk.
this is getting a little bit hard to watch, as Renata's dying in the mid lane. Maokai is getting chunked in the top lane, and it's hard to say if Lilia will just outplay again. And in the meantime, there's just a
Poor
dive going on in mid. Bumblebee is just dead, and but on the other hand, they did get the shutdown on the Vayne. They were able to layer their CC properly and get that kill. Which is why I was a little bit worried about Vayne in this game. Vayne even went ahead, still can get CC'd by the Maokai, still can get slept by the Lilia, so we still have some opportunities for this team fighting comp on Blessed Isles. It's not completely done for them, but it is looking pretty hard. It's a over 5k gold lead that the Void have accumulated here.
I'm just going to go hide forever now.
Bumblebee ADC this season has actually been pretty good. Oh, I don't want her to
Yeah, that
catch
was
no
something I
flack
didn't
for
expect. She was actually the one who invited me to the server at first, and when I was invited, we both played jungle, and that's we knew each other via
Zack's
jungle.
in.
So yeah, I was
End of
very
fir-
interested to see an ADC as yes, we see the Zac going in, and then the CC layering with the Zac, and then the Vel'Koz ult with the damage follow up. And this is just what I was thinking in the draft. Like if Vel'Koz gets ahead, and Zac and Leona can just basically make Vel'Koz's life super easy. And there's basically just nothing that Blessed Isles can do to get and access the Vel'Koz in the back line, as he will just spit out like so much damage.
Lost dog.
Meanwhile, it
Big
looks
flip.
like
Shen
they're
ulted.
just doing the... What was that?
Shen ulted in the middle of it, but it was cancelled by the top lane
Wow.
fight. He ulted in the
What
middle of
did
that
I
little
just
1v1.
watch?
Actually crazy.
The shield though was actually important though.
Oh, yeah.
It did help keep the Vayne alive. This fight.
Big Renata ult.
Hostile takeover was pretty big, but it wasn't
Shoulder
actually
roll
able to
coming
get to anything, as again it
Zac.
is just a Vel'Koz who was fed.
Oh.
Like if you have a fed Vel'Koz, that doesn't really matter, because the auto attacking like Vel'Koz is not an auto attacking champ, so the
Yasuo lancing an ult here.
oh wow,
Are they
Yasuo
able to
got
field
the
80
ult.
carries? That is sad for Blessed Isles. That was a really good fight. At least it looked like it was. Oh. Oh.
Well played for Toledo.
Yeah,
on
and
the Zac.
Bumblebee she plays jungle in BoozeBash, but I'm pretty sure she plays basically every role.
She's much better at jungle than the other roles, I think,
Well,
in my opinion.
she mains jungle, so I think she plays it the most.
Yeah.
But she does, I think on her like sign up sheet she put maybe not top, I don't remember. But most roles I think she said she's down to play.
Yeah.
She has played support for BoozeBash, and I think mid. This is the first time we're seeing the AD carry though.
Alright, the Otacon has spawned, and it looks like the Void are going to play for this objective. Doesn't really seem like the Blessed Isles can really do much about this. They do get vision of it though, so maybe they'll look to contest, but I highly
They're
doubt it.
not in
Lilia's on the
position.
top side of the map, so yeah, they will just get... so the Void will just get this Otacon for free.
Yeah, they're kind of... It looks like they're thinking about game 2 right now. Time to ban that guy. Die. Zac going in.
See, Zac
Oh.
has a good engage here. Will there be anything going off of
Shoulder
this? Yes, there will.
Yeah.
They're just able to... They're just able to dive in tier 2s and without any consequence, basically. That is
Yeah.
incredible. And
all they
it
have
just
is
goes to
Renata
show...
Q.
Yeah, it just goes to show how big the gold lead is at this point.
That too, but they just don't have a great way to stop Zac. They have the Renata Q, which can be blocked by minions.
They don't have a way to stop Zac or Leona or any other engage that they have. And then that paired with the Vel'Koz, who has such long range, if they can't get past the front line, how can they even hope of access of getting and being able to kill this Vel'Koz, who is now just 8-1, 700 gold bounty, almost 3 items.
Does he? Does he, Jack? Does Toledo? Is that to you, Clan Envy? Interesting. I'm sure he's gonna love to see that. No, I approve that one. I know how they feel about each other. Who am I to deny true love? Vayne looks a little pushed up down here. Wonder if Lilia's gonna go for her.
Doesn't look like it. Seems like Vayne is actually just kind of backing off, knowing that there is a chance that with like the kind of little, actually not that much vision that they have in this bot side jungle, that she will just back off. It looks like they're trying to spend and invest their vision in top side, as Baron will be spawning in a minute. It is important to get vision set up in this jungle here, and that's what they will be doing for the next minute, or probably. Yeah. See if they look for more though. Lilia is looking into this jungle, and they do have vision of her. They do see this, so I wonder if they will make a play on this in the next minute, or if they will just reset and get their item spiked for this Baron fight in the future. Oh, Leona's actually getting chunked, but it doesn't seem like
That wasn't
Lilia
much
will
of a
go for
chunk.
any more. Yeah. Yeah, Leona is pretty tanky. It's true. See, the dragon did just spawn, so
Yeah, Blessed
it
Isle
seems like
stays
they will
out
just
of
keep
position
the free
again.
dragon. They do have vision on the Lilia, who is just in this side of the jungle. Lilia sees this, but it's too late. The dragon is already gone, and Baron will be spawning in 5 seconds, and there's just not enough time for Blessed Isles to really do anything off of this, as they will get further and further behind. It is now nearly a 8k gold lead for the Void.
Oh. Looks like Void here is kind of invading the top side. They do have vision of all of them. It's pretty well warded. Oh, Zac gets interrupted. I guess there you go. That's how you interrupt Zac. Yasuo win wall. I mean,
Yep.
tornado.
That was
Sorry about
one
that.
way, but it's very unreliable. But
Yeah.
let's see, they do have vision control of their own jungle
dog.
again. That is the cost of this dragon from the Void. They will get their vision back in their own jungle, which is good for helping them get set up on this Baron despite being so behind.
We're set up to have a little scuffle here, but Blessed Isles is missing their 80 carry, and Shen can get to that fight a lot easier than he can. Zac is engaging, knowing this. They're right on the support again. Renato coming down.
Looks like Anarchist might just die. No, he actually lives, getting the
Vel'Koz
redemption
ult.
healing. But the Vel'Koz ult is probably just going to melt through this entire team.
Oh.
The Void getting completely obliterated by this Vel'Koz here.
Yeah, they saw they were
And now
missing
the
a
Vayne is
player.
getting some chunk off on the shoulder.
Went in immediately.
That was a very, very well played by the Void. They might just be able to pick up this inhibitor as well as the Baron after this.
Oh, are they gonna go straight to Baron here? Looks like they're not.
Looks like they're
interested.
not willing to get Baron yet. A little bit interesting given how ahead they are, but you know, better to be safe than sorry.
They might
Just
be
that you
overstaying
do want to
here.
close this game out. I think they're okay, but let's see.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they're fine. The thing is, you probably do want to push the tempo of this game a little bit before the Smolder has a chance to get that 225 stack spike, you know, before the Yasuo and the Lilia can start to just really start shredding through this Leona, through this Zac. So you just do got to be careful. Like, you don't want this game to go on for too long. You probably want to end it at some point.
Yeah, you want to end this game
Yeah,
fast. Their entire team has
Yeah,
bounties
you do.
right now. If Smolder can get those, or
Yeah,
Yasuo.
Lilia does have Leandries and Riftmaker, and those two items are very good at killing this front line. So if they can get past this front line before Vel'Koz can do all the damage that Vel'Koz does, then it might be a little bit difficult for the Void in some of these later fights. And you really need to be careful, like, that your Vel'Koz doesn't die, because that is a lot of gold.
Oh, Toledo's in there.
Okay. Zach going for an engage, but Smolder does have the 225 stacks, and that will probably just be enough to dissuade the Zach from continuing the engage.
Oh, Ghost Boy is not dissuaded. He is in there. That E. Nobody else is in there with him, but he's in there. Oh, Zach's coming in now too. There he goes. He is not dissuaded at all.
Maybe they're looking. Maybe they're
Smolder
looking.
ult. Renata ult coming down. The Wombo combo is kind of crazy
wow.
on the Blessed Isles. Vel'Koz is kiting back and shitting out damage.
The problem with that fight for the Blessed Isles was, unfortunately, Yasuo was just not here for this fight, so they weren't able to get that second point of damage other than Bumblebee, right? They just need both damage dealers in this fight, and even though they actually had a good engage onto the Vel'Koz and onto the backline, they just didn't have enough damage to follow up.
Scuffle here in the top lane. Yasuo ulting the Shen? Question mark? Renata queuing both of them. And
yeah, it's not looking too good for Angelica. There's just too much HP to tear through from this Shen, so yeah, and yet another kill for the Void. As it is now 6-25, they will start the Baron here.
Yeah, that Renata ult in that last fight was crazy. Them autoing each other. The Void barely survived. And
yeah, that
I was
a
wondering how
very good Renata ult, but they just
so
didn't have the damage to follow it up. They just
Yeah.
didn't have Angelica. Not there, was resetting at that point. So a little bit unfortunate, but yeah. They will, now the Void will get the Baron and will probably be looking to close this game. They also have the option of getting this Dragon, which will be spawning, getting that Soul, getting that guaranteed win condition as well.
272 stacks on Smolder. He is big Smold.
Looks like Snowy Birdie is looking for this Dragon here, but it's very unlikely that they won't contest. So yeah, the Void is looking to contest. Smolder ult coming in just to keep the space going. But Zach will get the engage. It was a smite fight, but Lilia does get the Dragon, and now they are fighting. It is 5v5, but yet again, Angelica just isn't here yet, so they will just not have any damage. Even with the engage, they just don't have the damage to keep on going, and Vel'Koz will just get the ult, and they will just get the team fight win. Now Angelica is the only one left alive as the Void are barreling down the mid lane.
Wow. The Void are holding on so tight to their bounties. They do not want to let that go. Oh! Bro was yoinked. You put all your points on Blessed Isles? Ooh, I don't think we did
I mean, it seemed good in the first 5 minutes of this game, but unfortunately, it's not the
Yasuo ult
entire
coming
game.
down!
Oh, we did get a Yasuo ult on the Vayne, but Vayne is just too tanky with the Shen ult. And yeah, it just looks like, even though they are respawning, oh wait, this is the Lilia and the Smolder. They do have a lot of damage, and Vel'Koz wasn't in range, but it just isn't enough. This is just a wallet diff for the Void, as they will most likely take game one. Actually, the inhib respawn, so they have to go back and get the inhib first. So maybe a little glimmer of hope, but they will just take the inhib, go back in, and yeah, there is probably very little that this Smolder can do on his own as the Void take game one.
What a game. What a game one. Of 3, I guess. Poor Smolder putting all this damage in.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
This is
just
pretty much what I
the lane
expected to
slots
see.
were Yeah, the lane swaps are super impactful this game. The Vayne and the Vel'Koz just getting so ahead, and like I was saying, yeah, even when Yasuo was fed into this team, it just doesn't really seem like it's a composition where Yasuo can do much into the enemy team or like with his own team. There was no knockups supplementing this Yasuo except for Maokai Q. That was the only one I think. So yeah, it just didn't feel like the Yasuo was able to have impact even with that big early game lead. We will be going on to game 2 now. So they will probably be starting the draft soon, I would assume.
Yeah, so I wonder, game two, now that they know that the Void is willing to switch it up, I wonder how they're gonna answer to that. It's a lot harder for their draft. Maybe they'll switch it up too. They do have three junglers on this team: Bumblebee, Grant, and Snowy Birdie.
That's true, and they can all play their jungle picks as well.
Yeah. They just don't have a. This is the reason that Bumblebee is AD carry, is because they don't have an AD carry player. Uh,
I
and
see.
Grant's
Yeah.
not a top laner; he's a jungler. He played solidly on the top lane. You're not gonna win a tank versus a Vayne lane.
Yeah, you
Probably no
can't you
matter how
can't
good you
blame
are.
him for what they should have done, I think, is they should have swapped the lane as soon as they possibly could. They should have tried to get Grant out of this top lane and get him into the mid lane against the Shen. That would have given Shen the breathing room and then also allowed Yasuo to uh use his lead to possibly get some solo kills on the Vayne, but didn't really recognize that and just kind of kept the lanes as they were, which didn't really work out for them.
Well,
Have they started the game 2 draft yet? It looks like they're typing R, so they'll probably be starting soon, right?
it should
Your
be
stream
the
for
same
me
link.
and your stream for me is just League client again, so yeah,
Yeah,
just letting you
I'll
know.
stream my screen. I think I have to
Yep. Okay,
refresh the
cool.
site. Yeah. Okay.
They're just using Fearless Draft. I see. Yep.
Yeah. As of right now, I think if Combo doesn't send us the links, we can't use his website. I could be wrong there,
Oh,
but I
okay.
think that's how it works because I don't believe
Gotcha.
that the BoozeBash mods are moderators on his site yet.
Okay. Can you are they actually in the Oh, I see the game ended for me. Hold on. Did they actually start the draft? Oh, there it is. Okay. I see.
Okay.
Yep. Looks good. All right. Looks like the Void is just sticking to their ban out the mid laner strategy.
Hey, if it's not
Azir
broke,
ban,
don't
it's
fix it.
yeah, it's probably the same things before. Azir, LeBlanc, Zed, all very, very scary mid laners to go into. Yep, there it is.
They locked it in so fast. They're like, yep, we know what we want. We won, so we're not changing anything. Classic.
Yep. The bans on the Blessed Alls are also the same.
That's
Garen,
true.
Thresh, and Trundle. All right. Looks like they're going to lock in the Inara first. Just a very strong blind pick. One of the stronger ADCs right now. It's seen a lot in Worlds, seen a lot, has a lot of priority. And I'm assuming that this will also lead to this tournament also having a lot of priority. I've seen a lot of Inaras being prioritized here.
Is she actually strong still? I thought she was nerfed.
Yeah,
Was
she
she
got
played a lot
nerfed, but
more?
then they rebuffed her. They rebuffed her after the nerf, so yeah, she's doing
Huh.
fine. Poppy is a good answer because of the Yanara ulting. We don't know what role Poppy will be in. It's very flexible. It could be in many different roles. Um, but yeah, Poppy is good at answering the Yanara in the ult, preventing her from dashing, which is like a big part of her kit. And then Tristana as a follow up, just a really strong ADC that can actually just bully the Yunara out of lane a little bit in the early stages of the game.
I wonder. Blessed Isles. I'm not sure. I believe Synopsy is the one who plays Poppy, so it's probably Synopsy jungle again.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't think
Poppy
Rant
jungle, that
or
makes sense.
uh,
All right, Scion just having some very solid and reliable front line.
that is
Very good.
probably Scion mid. The lack
Really,
enjoys the
wow.
Scion.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
or yeah, they're probably swapping back to what they did before because I don't think the Lac's ever played Yunara. So this is probably
Hmm.
Nintendo and then Scion mid. They could be flexing it, I guess,
Yeah.
top, but
Wow, really big and beefy front line, and you just know that they're allowed to do this because they know Vayne is off the table, Lilia's off the table, Smolder's off the table. You just picked Tristana, so answers, and Trundle was banned by Blessed Isles, so they won't have access to that pick either. So really not much they can uh, answer with, but there are still like some more niche options that they can do here on this timer. And Gwen is one of them. Very solid and reliable, like tank busting pick. So it is a very good answer into this. Now imagine Void on this ban rotation will probably want to ban some more champions that can deal with this big frontline Scion and Skarner. So yeah, Gwen was already picked. They can let that through, but they probably can't afford to let another one of these kind of tank shredding champions through. So they're probably going to go ahead and ban some of those. Interesting. We have Blessed Isles banning Heimerdinger. Also very good at playing like this like front to back kind of style. All right, Warwick is banned. Do we think that this is a not a Gwen top or a Gwen jungle? Because if we think it's Poppy and Gwen jungle and top, then wouldn't that mean that that Warwick wouldn't really have anywhere to go?
um,
Interesting Teemo ban. Hmm.
so I think it is. Let me take another look. I think that Gwen is picked to match Scion. I don't think it matters where he goes. I think it's gonna follow him.
Got it. All right.
Um,
Yep, that makes sense.
the Warwick could be top lane, assuming that Scion is mid, because they know that the Lac plays Scion mid. Pretty sure the last time
Right,
these two
right.
teams
Yeah.
played against each other, he played that.
Got it. Interesting. Tristana with not engaged with Karma. It can still be a very oppressive lane for sure, but you really like seeing Tristana being paired up with these engaged picks. So it will be interesting putting a poke support with an all-in ADC like Tristana. Wonder how that will go. But I also wonder how the Void will answer this kind of draft as well.
Yeah, Blessed Isles, I think they had a really solid comp last time. This time, it kind of looks like they're just trying to answer Like they saw the Scion,
Wow,
the Skarner, so they picked Gwen.
what a great answer into this, actually. Wukong's a really, really solid answer. Just giving them some more engage and really just being able to just run into this like Karma, run into this Gwen, just get some good engage options into all of this. Your thing tapped to the game. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What is the last pick from the Void? As they will pick the Lux last. Doesn't really seem like it makes a lot of sense with their comp. It must be just some sort of comfort pick, and also is just good at following up with some of these like engagers and just being like a kind of reliable backline. Also noting that this Lux is going to be in the support role, like very likely. So will be just a good answer to the Karma. Just saying, hey, if you want to pick poke, then we'll also pick a poke laner, and that'll kind of make it so that the lane will be less oppressive. So interesting Malphite into this comp. Hmm. I suppose it makes sense. They don't have a lot of magic damage, so Malphite will be pretty strong and is a reliable engage. Um, I don't know though. I don't really see how. Actually, actually, might be pretty smart. Actually, now that I think about it. Um,
Yeah, you can't really peel. They have a lot of peel right now in the Void. You can't stop Yunara from getting Malphite ulted right now.
yep,
So that's
it's
probably
true.
what they're
And
trying to do.
yeah, so you have Malphite to ult the Yunara and the Lux backline, and then you have the Gwen to shred some of these tanks and let the rest of their team get through as well. So actually not terrible drafting. They do have ways to play around this pretty stock standard front to back comp that the Void has. It's pretty clever. Gwen was a very important pickup here because if Gwen wasn't here, then Malphite ults and then just gets peeled, and then the rest of the team gets isolated and peeled by the Scion and the Skarner, and there's really nothing they can do. But with the Gwen, they can actually kind of access this backline because there will be a damage threat onto this tankier front line of Scion and Skarner. So yeah, they will have to worry about that a little bit. And so the way I see this game playing out is I see the Gwen, I see some of and I really just think that Gwen is super important. If Gwen falls behind, then the front line of the Void will be super hard to get their way through. And then if that happens, then yeah, Malphite can go in and access this back line, but with no follow up, it's gonna be really hard for them to win fights. So I think Gwen is very important to this draft, and they need to play around this Gwen. Meanwhile, I think that um, I think for the Void that it's pretty obvious what they need to do. They just need to play for their damage, which is their bot lane. The Lux and the Yunara is very important to them. So yeah, they should just play for that because they just have Scion, Skarner, and Wukong. So the rest of them don't do like an incredible, insane amount of damage, especially into a team like Poppy and Tristana. Wukong's engage can get stopped by Poppy. So yeah, the next important thing that I see is that, if Gwen doesn't get ahead for whatever reason, you can rely on the Poppy to kind of ult the front line out of the fight and then allow for some backline access as well. But I really think that the Gwen is the easiest way to do it because Poppy ult isn't easy to land. Scion has unstoppable. And so, yeah, there are a lot of important considerations here in this game too. Do you have anything to say about the draft?
Uh, well, I think you kind of summarized most of it. I do still. The Void kind of. I like the Voids more. They just won playing that kind of comp, like tons of engage. I do think the Gwen is a pretty good answer to some of the tanks. I think if the Gwen gets ahead, plus it has wins. And I think if she doesn't, the Void wins. Kind of the same as last time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Malphite is pretty scary for the Void too. Then they're just left with a Lux carry, and Lux can't deal with a lot of that team. So
Yeah, I
I don't
think
hate the Busted Isles team, but I still think the Void's easier.
yeah, definitely for sure. I also don't really know what the Lux will like what value the Lux provides to the Void's team. I mean, it can be good with like things like the Skarna lockdown. It just guarantees that the Lux ult will hit, but other than that, like I just think it's a good lane option for the Yunara to stay safe against this like, very aggressive Karma Tristana lane. But they could also utilize the fact that Lux probably won't be doing much of the heavy lifting in these fights as well. And so their damage is not the highest, but it's still pretty scary, right? Like it's still something you have to watch out for. So yeah, I really do think that I do have to agree. I think the Voids draft is better, but Blessed Isles does have a way to play out the game. And we saw like, when you have like one thing that you really need to work out well, that can work. Like the Void, we liked Blessed Isles draft better last game on the condition that Vel'Koz doesn't get ahead, and Vel'Koz got ahead. Vel'Koz and Leona, they moved Vel'Koz to bot lane with the Leona, and Vel'Koz was able to get a substantial lead and take over some of these fights because of the front line. So you never know, something could happen. Gwen could get really, really fed, and then could just take over this game as well. So there's always that possibility. By the way, I'm assuming it's Scion mid Skarner top. Is that assumption correct,
Uh, it's
or is it Wukong
either.
top?
I would think it's Scion mid for sure, and then in Wukong Skarner. I think it's Wukong top and Skarner's
Okay.
jungle because Toledo plays Skarner and I believe Lawful Dog plays Wukong. So
All right.
just based off of them, yeah.
Either way, I think that Gwen does well into both Skarner and Wukong, so Gwen should have a pretty straightforward lane. Oh wait, is it Gwen jungle actually? No, it's Poppy jungle, so it has to be Malphite mid Gwen top. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think even if it's like Gwen mid or something, and then even as like Gwen mid and Malphite top, I still just think that like Gwen just does well into Scion, Skarner, and Wukong. Just no matter who you match up Gwen into, Gwen will be able to just take over the top side of the map this game.
Yeah, that champ
And
is a menace for this
yeah,
team.
we'll just have to see how it actually ends up working out.
Yep. Last game, I kind of said they had to play around Angelica. Same thing is true here. It just. And they did send a lot of resources mid, but the Void also did the same to match them.
Is Angelica the Gwen?
Most likely the Gwen, yeah. I would think
Okay,
she's the
makes
Gwen.
sense.
Synopsy is the Poppy. And then Grant would be the Malphite because he's just kind of been. I'm pretty sure he's telling his team, put me on some top tank laner or tank top laner, and I'll hold down the fort. Because none of them are really top laners or AD carries, but Bumblebee's been doing a pretty good job playing AD carry, and it feels weird to switch her off when she's doing well. So they're kind of left with no top laner.
Yep, makes sense.
Sorry, I'm like I'm trying to move a couch right now. It didn't work out. I'll do it again after
Don't worry
Steve's
about it.
game, and I'll make him help me. That's I'm like
Fair
out
enough,
of breath.
yeah.
Is there sound for you, by the way?
I can hear it, yeah.
Minions
Oh, it might just be my... Oh, let me see. Nope. Oh, yeah, yeah. There we go. I see.
Cool. Oh, there's sound from my Discord stream?
Yeah. Mhm.
Cool. Then I won't change anything. Is that Skarner making that little noise? Thank you, Skarner.
Is that the new Skarner skin? I can't tell.
I don't know.
Sorry about that. My cats just decide to start biting my legs.
Everything is fixed, but I did make sure that this Wukong is versing Angelica. I think both teams wanted... This is what the Void wanted, this is not what Blessed Isles wanted, I'm pretty sure, for matchups.
I mean, Gwen is favored into like all of those matchups, I think. So yeah.
Oh, is she favored into the Wukong as well? Oh, we have a Poppy gank
yeah,
mid.
for sure.
It's not showing it. So I guess nothing happens. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But,
Mhm.
Snowy Birdie's here, level
maybe
1!
here, maybe here.
Bubble Dog needs to get out of there. He's dead.
And Gwen just gets the first blood. Gwen already getting ahead in this game. Very, very huge for the Blessed Isles. And yeah, Gwen is favored into Wukong because Wukong's passive is pretty useless into it. Wukong's passive gives stacking armor.
Fair.
Stacks a bunch of armor, and Gwen is magic damage. So Wukong's typically a pick is a good counter pick against like AD champs.
Yeah, weird Wukong pick, I think. I know you said it was good, and I think it's a nice engage. But just for laning aspects, I guess, it feels odd. I feel like Waffle Dog had other things he could have played here. And I'm not moving right now. We moved like months ago. But I was just thinking, you know what? I would love to be on my computer and have my dog sit next to me. And that computer chair I have sucks, so I'm just gonna take one of my like small couches and put it on my desk and see how it
Cats
goes.
are sitting next to me and biting my legs, so
We love animals.
fun. Yep. I just adopted them like a couple weeks ago, so
Oh, that's very cute. Congratulations.
thank you.
We got this guy a little over 2 months ago now, because we got him when he was 1 year. From the Humane
Congrats to you as
Society,
well.
and he's been a very good boy.
Alright, looks like Skarner is trying to set up for a lane gank back in the game. And we'll just be setting up here, but it doesn't look like Bumblebee and Anarchist are gonna fall for it, as yeah, they will just back off and be completely safe here. So yeah, not much value from the Skarner pick so far. Skarner typically isn't a champion that wants to lane gank. Skarner typically wants to gank from over the wall on the other side, so yeah, this is a kind of expected result of this lane gank.
I do think the Scion has a favorable matchup top lane. Just because he's probably going to go Heartsteel. Oh! Ghost Boy doesn't have mana, walking up a little too far. But, kind of like you said earlier, Tristana and Karma is a weird lane. Snowy Birdie from behind, hitting him against the wall.
Hey, nice flash
He
from
doesn't
the
have
Poppy,
flash.
good engage. And yeah, that will just be the kill for the Tristana and Karma. And while I am pretty convinced that this lane is pretty good for them, I will also say that you know, this happened last game too, where at 5 minutes they did have like a 1k gold lead, but they did throw it away. So we have to be careful and not make assumptions too quickly. They could just throw away this lead again like they did last time.
Yeah.
Karma will be going for the flash and Nintendo forever. We'll get the chunk, but nothing more. So just kind of a wasted flash here. Didn't really get much out of that, and isn't really like doing this to set up for a dive or anything. So yeah, just kind of a lost flash on the Karma.
Oh, here comes Skarner. Missing Angelica. Still kind of chunking her. Oh, Storybird is here too for the counter gank. Buffalo ulting in. Looks like Toledo didn't realize that they were going in. Does the Ignite kill? It does. And Lawful Dog escapes Snowy Birdie now. Actually, Snowy Birdie's the one in
Good
danger.
double kill. Oh wow, just a double kill. Not even just 1 kill, but 2 kills for the Wukong. Again, like I was saying, they had a lead, but they might be throwing it away a little bit. Definitely not good for the Blessed Isles. Alright, it looks like both the mid laners have swapped to top, so we have the Gwen versus Wukong going on in the top lane. Gwen still is getting good trades onto the Wukong, as the rest of the team will be just setting up for Dragon. And a fight will break out here. Skarner getting a 2-man impale. Well played, but Bumblebee will actually be able to get out of this one, but Malphite still caught and giving a kill over to the Yunara. So it will just be a 1-for-1.
Looks like that lead that the Blessed Isles had is kind of like you said before, possibly thrown
Yeah, it's
away.
slowly starting to subside. They played the first couple of minutes really, really well, but yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to do anything. So yeah. All right, Wukong going for another cycle play. Will get another solo kill, and now the Wukong's really actually starting to get ahead in this game. Oh no, that's not good for the side of the Gwen at all. Yeah.
Primordial detonation.
Oh, little Lux bind on Karma. Doesn't do anything, but fun to see. I finished moving the couch.
Nice job.
I didn't need to do it right now, but for some reason I did. So here we are. Oh, Scion here!
All right,
Surprise!
going in.
Oh, landing the bite!
Trying to get out and landed. Wow. Well
Wow.
played on the Scion Q. The reversal, able to predict the Tristana jump. Very well played.
Yeah, that was crazy. Sarah doesn't know that Steve is known for his bot lane ganks when he's playing Scion. He loves ganking bot on Scion. There's nothing more he loves.
And now, as we can see, just like what happened last game, Blessed Isles had that early lead, but slowly just giving it away. It's now a 1k lead for the Void. But it looks like the Blessed Isles are trying to look for these grubs here, but we will see if they will actually be able to take them. The Malphite is just getting bullied in this lane. This is
Skarner's here.
really not good looking for the Malphite.
He
And
ults
yeah,
away.
Skarner is able to the
Oh!
ult, but will have to flash as well because of the Skarner Impale. But crucially, the Impale was used here, so Skarner will not have that in any Void Grub fights. But still, it just has to be Angelica just trying to stay in this lane, as Wukong is ahead, but like Gwen can outscale eventually.
Snare landed. Oh!
Good
Boy
chunk,
taking a lot
but
of
it is
damage.
still a Karma lane. You have to be careful about lanes like this.
Angelica's here. Black is. Oh, he ults out! Oh no! They can't
Oh
stop
my
him!
god, they were not able to catch the Sinal. I saw the vision with the flash, but now Wukong going in with the Cyclone,
ulting him
able to get
out.
the engage. Poppy did not land the ult onto the Wukong, but the Gwen will get the shutdown on the Wukong, and the Gwen will be back into this game. As again, the
Skarner.
Skarner does
Oh, he
not
pins
have the
against the
Impale
wall.
onto this play, but they do have enough damage. Their two tanks will have enough damage for the Gwen, and will be able to take some kills into this fight. And they will have to give up the grubs because of the Scion passive. Well played for Void.
Another bind landed by Ghostboy. Anarchist at Flash is out.
Flash on the Anarchist. Splash.
I was surprised he had enough tenacity to get out of there. I don't think Ghostboy waited that long to use it. Oh! Bumblebee looking for a pick there. Now she's jumpless. Does Nintendo win that? Oh! Ghostboy to flash out. Soy Birdie here. Save the day.
Not able to get a engage though. There was no wall to.
Oh!
That's a
Nintendo
natural.
Forever
Nice
stepped up!
try, Nintendo Forever, but will get rooted by the Karma, but will not have
Karma
enough damage
cannot
to
have
get
damage.
the- Yep.
Little scuffle here in the mid
And
lane.
Angelica is able to keep
Toledo
up
here.
now, but yeah, Toledo's
she
able
flashed.
to get the kill. But
Under
oh
the
my
turret.
god, well played by the Gwen. Will trade 1-for-1 unfortunately, and will also get the wave in, but.
Well, 9-6. Void is still up like 1,000 gold. Nothing really changed there. They have one dragon on the Void. And have feats been won yet? It looks like they haven't. I hate having to kind of guess at how they are. And you can like calculate it. But the feats have not been won yet. No towers have fallen, so that's probably the condition, assuming both teams have one of each of the feats. So that's kind of the next objective. None of the towers are even really close to falling either. Oh, Ghostboy walking a little too close to the sun here. Never mind, he lands the sun. Oh, Toledo's here. Save the day. Or
Wow,
Bumblebee.
what a nice engage onto Bumblebee, and
She
Toledo
never
is
saw it
able to
coming.
get the engage off. Well played, and that might actually just earn them the dragon here. The Anarchist had trying to get poked off onto them, but it just doesn't seem like it's enough as the Void will be able to get this dragon here. And it will be their second Drake as they continue to build a lead over the Blessed Isles. On the other side of the map, though, the trade is some tower damage onto the top lane tower by the Malphite. But the Malphite is still just not really like a threat in this game yet, and we'll just have to back off when the Scion teleports up there.
Alright. I wanted to check on the other game. I'm curious
Let's see.
how that's going.
Scion still just winning trades against Malphite in top lane. Makes a lot of sense. But Malphite is able to get the cancel, but Scion is just ulting away. Knows that he'll need to just collect this wave. Topside is just going to proxy this wave.
Little
But
proxy.
Gwen is coming to take the kill. No proxy, I guess. We'll just end up dying to the Gwen here, which will be.
Oh!
a
Now he's
bit of
gonna die to
holdover.
Snowy Birdie.
Oh, will be- yeah, I guess Gwen wasn't able to
Nintendo River's
actually get
in
the
there.
kill.
And so is Toledo.
Oh, Toledo getting
Yoink.
the engage off and able to get the kill, get the impale as well, and that's a double kill for the Skarner. Very well
Toledo's
played.
tryhard
That gank was
pants
very,
are
very well
buttoned up
played.
and buckled and all
And
that
type
junk.
of and that type of Skarner gank is much more of a ideal Skarner gank where you go in from the side and get the ult off. That was much better played than the first one that we saw onto the bot lane. Meanwhile, we did see Wukong use the Cyclone, so it's important Wukong doesn't actually have that tool, and we'll have to get out here. We'll see if Wukong is actually able to. Toledo coming in for the backup, but again, doesn't really have ult here or anything, so it will just be a disengage play from Toledo just to get the Wukong back to safety. You see that the bot lane is swapping to the mid lane, so we do have Yunara and Lux into the mid lane, as Poppy is getting the scuttle, trying to set up for Herald, but just doesn't really have the prio to do it. Gwen is resetting, and so Poppy will just get the scuttle and leave. But the Herald is the next objective, so both teams should be
little
looking for
engage
this.
here.
Gwen looking for an engage on Nintendo Forever, but just not really able to land any of the ult, but it is enough. The Poppy damage is still coming in huge there, and they will get the kill onto Nintendo Forever. And Tristana coming over the wall, getting a significant chunk of damage onto Ghost Boy. They will be able to get some pressure here. They are pressuring Skarner off the grubs, but
Skarner
just
is in the
enough.
turret.
Skarner is just pushing Snowy Birdie into the turret.
Wukong over the wall!
Off hug, no ult, but the ignite ticking down, may be able to get something onto Snowy Birdie. We will see. Looks like Lux ult misses, but Wukong will get the dash to get the kill. Secure that onto Snowy Birdie. We see some pings on the Mountain Dragon in 1 minute and a half. Important to note that the Void has already 2 dragons and the Blessed Isles have none, so it will be the Void's sole point if they get this next dragon.
Yeah, the Void is good this game. Wonder. So I just found word that Paragon 2-0'd Piltover.
Piltover is out of the
They are
Blessed
out.
Isles. Missed Impale, oh my goodness. As
Oh,
they will
Skarner's
now
on the
use
wall.
that opportunity to look for the engage, but Skarner will just take the Blast Cone out. Let's see if Snowy Birdie
Oh
is
my
actually
God,
able
he's
to
out.
get the... Oh, wow, Skarner
Oh,
was
here comes
actually the fully
Sion.
make it out. And now, Hack just going in with the Sion ult, getting onto Snowy Birdie and just killing Snowy Birdie. And then the Wukong ult to follow up. Bumblebee also going down, as these plays just aren't really working out for the Blessed Isles. They just keep going in too far, engaging too hard, and then overextending and dying to the big front line that the Void has and the engage that Wukong has as well. And now it looks like the Void is going to be in a perfect spot to get this 3rd dragon, to get their sole point, to help them win this game even harder. Yes, and they will be starting the dragon now.
And they have officially, at some point, I didn't see when it happened, the Void has feats. Probably the first turret.
And there we go. That is sole point for the Void. Looks like Nintendo Forever and Bumblebee are going into a fight for the mid lane. Angelica is looking, but the Toledo is just making too much space. They won't be able to continue much further, and Toledo is looking for the Impale. Hits
How do
it
you-
at the very tip on the Karma. Snowy Birdie not able to get the ult off in time, and they will just lose their Karma. Anarchist is dead. And that might be the Herald as well for the Void. The Void is doing just such a good job getting these objectives set up and being able to get these objectives. See now that the best play that the Blessed Isles can do is maybe look for this tower as the Void is resetting, and they do get the tower. Angelica getting more gold, which is good, but maybe it probably won't be enough as the gold lead is getting pretty big. It is 3k now. A lot of it is on this Fed Skarner, this Fed Wukong, so they really need to be careful. I mean, Skarner, like, the damage that Skarner can do is actually substantial, especially with the Sunfire Aegis and the stacking Heartsteel. Like, this is a 2-item Skarner at 20 minutes, which is actually kind of hard for a tank given how expensive these items are.
Yeah, he's a big boy. And, like, him doing damage is one thing, but the CC he does is, like, as long as he has a teammate with them, it's like a guaranteed kill. It's disgusting.
Yep, for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, Ghost Boy starting
Ghost
Atacon.
Boy
I don't think he
yeah,
meant to.
looking to hit the Otacon. I think he was meaning to hit the ward there.
Alright. A little damaged. Walking to the ward.
See if Snowy Birdie is looking on anything here. Probably not, though. Looks like everyone
Void
is resetting
positioning
here.
this
Blessed Isles is resetting, and Sion is going top. It's important to note that Sion does have teleport for this play, so Sion will go top lane and look to teleport to the Otacon if they decide to start it. The rest of the team looking at the Otacon right now. We see that Nintendo Forever is getting some push in the mid lane, and the rest of them are getting vision control over this river. Angelica will be looking to fight a Sion, but it's important to note Angelica is not going to be in the same lane as the Otacon fight, but is doing so much damage to the
Black's
Sion.
ulting out again.
Ult
They
away,
can't catch him.
and Angelica just tried to flash, but wasn't close enough and wasn't able to answer. They just start the Otacon here, and they will take it while this is happening. Neither one of the two laners are able to teleport to this play. And Toledo's looking for more, but they will just run away. Snowy Birdie not able to follow up, and so
Grant looking for this ult on
actually, they
Nintendo.
are looking for fight. They are looking for a fight here.
Why didn't he ult?
It looks like Malphite does have ult, but is hesitating to use it. Very good buffer by Poppy, getting rid of the Impale and displacing the Skarner there. Well played.
Oh, Ghost Boy. Wow. I didn't think.
Birdie
I thought he
trying
was
to
dead.
flash in, but the quick response flash from Ghost Boy will be able to avoid any danger there. Well played for Ghost Boy.
Little Lux ult into the abyss there. Shining up the darkness. Oh, Ghost Boy. Really? He said, you know what? I was supposed to die before. That was a canon event. Let's make it happen.
Snowy Birdie is Snowy Birdie is able to get this kill. Ghost Boy is shut down. There we go. The Poppy getting some gold. And the Lux losing the shutdown bounty as well.
Like the smallest one in their team, though. So.
Yeah. They really need to get the Skarner shut down, but that might be easier said than done given how tanky the Skarner is at this point in the game. Okay,
Lawful Dog.
good engage by Lawful Dog, but not able to quite get the kill off here.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
will get the kill there though. And Gwen is just ripping through Lawful Dog's safe health bar as the Wukong only gets armor, does not get MR. And so Angelica will just be able to get that shutdown onto the Wukong. Now looking further, looking onto the Skarner, but really isn't able to do anything. Just takes a lot more damage than he
Nintendo
can
flashing
deal.
the Malphite
Very,
ult.
very good flash from
Oh,
Nintendo.
behind a
There.
Bumblebee
Was
though,
expecting
side.
it, but it wasn't enough. Bumblebee Bee was able to get the damage off, but will be kidnapped underneath the Void's tier 2 tower. Looks like Angelica is looking for more, trying to get some damage onto the Skarner, and actually is. This is like decent amount of damage, but the Gwen W expires just as the Lux ult, so we'll have to back off here. Look at
Dragon
this, the
spawn.
dragon is spawning. This is Soul for the Void, so Blessed Isles really
Your
want to
Scion
start
ulting
this,
coming
really
in.
want to do this. But we have a Scion ult from the back. We have a TP flank from the Wukong who just respawned, is coming back on the map, and so like Time Grant is just gonna die. Angelica probably also gonna die before
doesn't have
able
ult
to
yet.
do anything. But the Poppy ult getting rid of the Scion. That is a huge part of their front line, and so Gwen will be able to get a kill. And Gwen is starting to get back into this game. The damage is actually pretty big. Even Toledo just like losing like a good fraction of the health bar there. but they will be able to still start the dragon. They are still very tanky, and so they'll drop the herald as well, and so they just have so much pressure going into this. Looks like the
Angelica's there.
the Blessed Isles are a little bit split, but will get the kill onto the Lux. We'll try to fight the Skarner as well, and that is a lot of Skarner damage, but the Impale lands. Skarner's still alive. Skarner's shut down by Angelica. Oh my god, that is the gold that the Gwen needed. Gwen's really starting to do so much damage in these fights. And the Blessed Isles will get some breathing room as they get their first dragon and deny soul from
Bumblebee trying to 1v1
Void.
Scion.
Bumblebee,
win.
yeah, trying to get some
wouldn't
more
think she would
kills off
win
of this,
that.
but it's not looking too good for her. Oh no, the Scion just gets the kill back, and yeah.
That was an 80 carry moment. She was like, you know what? I feel strong. I just 1v1 like Nintendo or hell, I could beat up Scion. That's a tank. That's an 80 carry assassin right there. You don't win those.
I am really excited about this game though. The gold is actually pretty close now because of all these shutdowns given over. The Gwen is actually starting to get back in this game. Gwen, like 7-4, has 3 whole items, 10 stack Dark Seal. Oh my god, you gotta be worried. That Skarner was already taking so much damage, and that was before all the shutdown gold. So yeah, now Gwen will be very, very concerning in the later stages of this game, and they need to prioritize getting rid of this Gwen as it is a huge threat to their team.
They have Bumblebee and Black here in the side lanes. Only one of them has TP for this potential Baron fight. It's an interesting choice. I guess Bumblebee's going to the fight now, but
They will start to shift their focuses to the Baron, yes, and I'm really looking for how Angelica plays this and how they play against her. It looks like Toledo will be taking some damage and will have to back off. As you can now see that they have to respect this Gwen. They can't allow this Gwen to stay in, or they can't allow their tanks to be near this Gwen anymore, as they will just get shredded. So they really, really do need to be careful. Angelica does move back up to the top lane though, so that is important. Toledo tried to get a play mid, but does not really find anything here. You can see both teams are just trying to like dance around this Baron, trying to get some vision control into this pit, and they both do. They both do have some vision. They need to deny the other team's vision before they actually consider looking for something like a Baron here. Alright, we see Nintendo Forever getting the push in the mid lane. And just getting a reset off. Actually not, staying. Alright, getting pushed yet again. Alright, the Void is able to get some control of this river, is able to deny some vision at least. Yeah, remember, now they are sending the Gwen bot lane into the Scion because that is really the best they can do. The Malphite was
Gwen is
in
ulting.
a troubling spot. Yeah, Gwen is ulting, does a
Black does
ton
not
of
get the
damage,
ult out
is
this time.
able to cancel, is able to
flashes.
cancel the final, but is able to flash away. But those are a lot of cooldowns down. Angelica won't be able to impact this Baron fight as hard because Gwen ult is down. Flashing the Impale, getting out. Okay, good job on the Anarchist Ed for doing that. Snowy Birdie just getting some poke in, but really not doing that much. Able to dodge the Skarner. Played.
Angelica's bot lane messing up that tower down there.
Angelica is getting the towers, is getting pressure. Just utilizing the fact that the Void is too just scared to start this Baron at all. So Angelica is getting a lot of gold, and now will probably even have like almost a 4th item at this point, if not the whole 4th item. Alright, it looks like Angelica is recalling. We'll see what she can get as far as gold goes. Let's see. And that is the whole 4th item. Void Staff is online, and so Gwen is basically full build at this point if you count the 10 stack Dark Seal. That is very, very scary.
Yeah, and that 10 stack Dark Seal is going to turn into a, what is it, 24, 25 stack Magi
Yeah,
soon.
if this keeps going, yeah, for sure. I would imagine that is a very big possibility, getting the Magi's going. Alright, and it looks like the dragon is now the priority because nobody was able to actually get anything going for the Baron. So, Angelica pushing the bottom lane, and then the others are grouping. Bumblebee getting engaged on by Wukong, having to flash out to get away from this engage. Sion is going in the Malphite. I mean, it's not bad, but Malphite is able to get some damage. But like we were saying, this front line is able to keep the rest of the team out. So,
Wukong in the back.
oh my god, Wukong, good Cyclone,
Doesn't have his team
is
with
able to gain some more space. But Gwen is just doing so much damage, rips through Wukong's health. But Nintendo Forever, able to get some damage off onto the back line, will do a lot there.
Oh,
Will Gwen be
hit
able to do
Angelica!
anything, or will
Oh, but she's immune! Gwen is
Garner-
immune!
Oh my god, Gwen is able to survive. Okay, but Sion does get the kill.
Yeah,
Wow,
Sion
this Gwen was
can
starting
too.
to be really, really concerning, but is able to get the kill on the Gwen, but this actually ends up being favorable for the Blessed Owls. They have 2 alive still. They can take the second dragon, and they're starting to get their way back into this game. Sion will try to contest it, but I just don't see that ever working. Okay,
Yep,
they will
he
get the
tried.
smite, yeah.
He's gonna try to kill Bumblebee through Poppy.
Yeah,
Oh,
well played.
she
Nice
W'd
buffer
out.
on the
Yeah.
W. I do think that Poppy will win this. The max health damage on the Qs is a lot. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, but
And
he's
there
gonna-
goes the... Yep.
Oh, she's fast enough.
Yeah. Poppy is actually pretty good herself at dealing with tanks. So, able to do that there. And now the
Lawful
next point of
Dog.
contention is the Baron. Okay, it looks like Lawful Dog is looking for something here.
Oh, he gets
Okay,
in.
we'll get the interrupt. The redemption going off. We can deny the kill onto the for the Wukong, and the Poppy will just get out.
Think, think, think. I do think as this game's going on longer and longer, it is definitely looking more Blessed Isles favored. Angelica with this gold is really hard to deal with.
Yep, I agree. I think that oh, and Angelica's actually selling Dark Seal and going for the Zhonya's Hourglass components. Makes a lot of
Oh,
sense given
Bumblebee
how these fights are shaking
murdering
out.
Ghost
Okay,
Boy.
Bumblebee just one shot in Ghost Boy. Yeah, this is incredible. And now they might just use that pressure to get Baron. They got mid-wave wave push, and they're getting top wave push right now. So they will be setting up for this Baron here.
Yeah, Void's not really in any. They don't have any interest in trying to stop them there. They weren't really in a position to. They are still 1 dragon away from having Soul, but will Mountain Soul be enough to stop Angelica from tearing through the tanks? I don't know.
And then it's also just a question of if they will be able to get this Dragon Soul at all, because now they're just losing fights everywhere, so they probably won't be able to. Their time to be able to win these fights is kind of like running out. So they have to pick and choose their angles carefully.
Oh, Garner.
Looks like they are trying to get onto the Angelica here.
Ult.
Will get the Impale, but
Man.
Gwen is in the immunity. Will pop the stopwatch to be able to
Oh, fight ult.
make a lot of prevent a lot of this damage. And now Angelica is just going in, trying to do
Poppy
damage.
back.
Oh my god, Poppy, yes, well played. And Gwen getting the double kill here. Bubbly Bee going in onto Ghosty Boy, again getting the kill. And this just might be the game. They just got, I'm pretty sure they just got most of the kills onto their other team. Malphite is looking to interrupt the Wukong's back.
Gets it.
Will get the interrupt. And so this means that the Baron empowered mid lane, they will just push in.
Yeah, this.
And there's
this is
really
probably
not
game.
much that, yeah.
Inhibitor has been destroyed.
Bonk, bonk.
Starting
Yep.
from a really sloppy early game, they were able to bring it back with the scaling of the Gwen, and they will take game 2. And now we will see the game 3 between these two teams. It is do or die now for both of these teams. Not die from the entire tournament, but from winner's bracket.
Yeah. Well, that was nice. It's always nice to not have a 2-0.
I really like the 2-1s as well. I think those are the most fun games.
Yeah, a little back and
in
forth is
BoozeBash.
good because now
Yep.
both teams have big stakes in this third game. And that's fun.
Yep. And also, more of the pool is gone too. More of their champion pools are gone as well.
That's true. Fearless is fun the more games you play. That's why I love the best of 5 Fearlesses. I don't think we've actually seen. Well, no, we have seen some best of 5 Fearlesses so far that have gone
Mhm.
over 3 games.
Sorry, my cat tried to bite me.
You are fine. Let me pull up the draft again. One moment. Alright, so I'm going to update this. We have Targon has become the winner, and Piltover is the loser. Rest in peace, Piltover. You will be missed. Alright, I'll refresh the draft. Looks like they haven't. No, it's just being laggy. They haven't started yet. They have swapped sides. right, let's see what's going on here. They're ready to start. Honestly, if I'm the Void, I feel like what the draft they just had almost worked. I would have maybe. I think the Lux was the only thing that was a little weird. Put him
I
back
just
on
think
the.
that yeah,
And the
I think that the issue with their draft was they picked Sion and Skarner so quickly together, and they just allowed themselves to get counterpicked by the Gwen. That was just a really smart move from the Void, and they didn't close out the game fast enough for the Gwen to not scale, and so yeah, the Gwen got a couple of shutdown bounties and then was able to get back into the game and really like take over from there.
Yeah, but if they were to do the same thing again, there are champs that do what Gwen does, but they don't do it like Gwen does. Exactly, like not as well as her. So I wonder if the play is just to run it back for the Void. Pick another thick boy comp. Uh, I do kind of want to see Thalak on an actual AP carry. I want to see Nintendo on an AD carry, and then the other three on their tanks like they did the first game. I love that first game comp. Um, and Blessed Isles, they played a lot better this game. Um, but I do think they only won because of this counter that they had. They were starting to lose, but then Gwen just countered those tanks so well. Uh, we'll have to see. They messed something up. I don't know what they're talking about.
All right, looks like the same bands again as last time. So, yep, or similar band, very least.
Blessed Isles, yeah, banning that Thresh. I think if that Thresh is left up, Ghost Boy will probably pick it. It's one of his best, if not his best, support.
Yep.
And it's gone again. Last second picking Ashe. Okay.
All right, good draft. So the Ashe first pick, very classic blind pick on one.
I have a
That is
feeling
what we'll see.
that this is actually going to be Hyam Grant 80 carry on Ashe.
All right, the Aphelios response. Jarvan, really
Oof.
good into the Ashe, really punishes that immobility from the Ashe. Great pick.
Yeah. And I left up Nintendo Forever's like
Herrick,
main.
interesting pick. I don't see this one very often, but it can work very well.
Yeah, I don't as long if he knows how to play it, that's a pretty good answer to this.
Does super well into engage like Jarvan. Very good pick. Let's see what the actually, that's not even the response yet. We need to get the third pick from this team. Let's see, what is it? It's Briar.
Oh, we gained so many viewers. I wonder what happened. That's crazy.
Well, it's almost as if one of the games ended earlier than the
Yeah.
other. probably a lot of the people from the other team seeing who their opponents will be next game.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Morgana being picked on the side of the Void. So, what are we thinking about this draft so far? I really like the Ashe first pick. I think it's a classic first pick, and then we get the Aphelios and Jarvan. Jarvan's really good as a
Ah,
response to Ashe, and then Taric is a really good response to Jarvan because it can say, hey, if you want to engage into us, we might just become invulnerable. Morgana, I don't really like. I don't know how it really works with the Jarvan, but we'll see if they can get stuff done. And I'm assuming Briar is just kind of a pocket pick that, or not even just a comfort pick from the jungler.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they swapped roles here. I'm pretty sure this is Bumblebee on Briar Jungle. This is Hyam Grant or Snowy Birdie on Ashe AD carry. But
I
I'm
see.
pretty sure this is a Bumblebee Briar. That's my bet.
Gotcha. All right.
Banning the all of trying to ban everything Angelica possibly could play. 5 bans on Angelica. Oh,
Yep.
does Snowy Birdie
I
also
mean,
play Briar? I see.
what? I mean, that's the kind of thing that you have to do when you just saw the Gwen show up in game 2. You have to ban this player's picks, right? Like Angelica has such strong, has really solid carry potential. So banning the Azir, banning some of these assassins and like these early game skirmishers, like Aurora and stuff like that in LeBlanc. So
And I do agree with you. I never loved the Morgana mid pick. I do think Thalak pilots it very well.
Janna's support. I don't
Janna.
really know what Janna's necessarily trying to peel from. I mean, Briar has just such a good re-engage that even if Janna use ult, Briar can just go back in. Taric isn't like a huge engaged champion. I don't think he minds seeing Janna too much, although Taric really likes playing into melee engage support, so having that poke from the Janna can be a little bit annoying for him. And yeah, that's an interesting Janna angle. I don't think that the engage is threatening enough to warrant like having a Janna being picked here. I can see it for the Briar, but other than that, I don't really know because Briar can just go back in. And then we see the Ornn pick, some more frontline from Blessed Isles. Um, seeing that it also does pose as somewhat of an answer to Jarvan. You can actually just break the Cataclysm with the Ornn, with the wall slam. That is actually a thing you can do. That makes a little bit of sense here. But the one thing I am worried about from Blessed Isles comp is that they don't have that much damage. They are lacking a little bit in the damage department here. So let's see what they pick last. And Hui will definitely help with some of those issues. Hui is a great way to get some damage in. And all of these like uh big like heavy skirmish mid laners have been banned, so we're just falling back onto the Hui. Some more of that like late game, like and even early game and good in lane poke, but also just some decent scaling as well. And then the final pick for the Void is Heimerdinger. Again, I don't really like no, I think the Heimerdinger is a good answer to things like Briar, but like the engage of the engage of Blessed Isles isn't like the hardest engage, right? Like it's not not the it's not like the hardest engage that you can have on a team, right? Like Briar is going to be really in a lot of trouble because of Heimerdinger, but Ornn can probably just tank a lot of Heimerdinger's damage in the later stages of the game, and Taric can go invulnerable and also kind of like mitigate some of the pressure that Heimerdinger usually has, which is just kind of like peeling through the damage of the threat of the damage of the turrets. So I actually like Blessed Isles comp a little bit better here. I think it rounded out, especially in the second half of this draft, rounded out a lot better than the Void's comp.
I agree.
The
I
Void is going to have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay.
I was just gonna say the Void is going to have to come in hard and strong and really have a insanely strong early game, which is something that they could do. But unlike the last two games, they really need to have a good first 5 minutes and then from there continue dominating the early game um, and then get into the later stages of the game and close it out before they can get to like 30 plus minute mark like what happened in game 2.
So this is definitely Lawful Dog Heimerdinger. Uh, I don't. I'm being honest. I don't love the Janna on the Void. I feel like
Yeah, I'm
Briar
not a huge
is
fan of it either.
like a BS enough champion that she just will get on you, even
Yeah, I
through
don't think
Janna.
Briar will care that much about Janna's engage either. I just don't think it's going to. Yeah, I don't think Janna's gonna stop Briar from engaging.
Yeah.
And I also think Ornn is kind of a similar thing. Like Ornn's engage is like this long, big, like ultimate that comes from halfway across the screen. Ornn doesn't actually like need to go in and can still create that engage window. And then Heimerdinger as well. Heimerdinger's like pressure can be completely mitigated by a good Taric ult, right? Um, so I really like Blessed Isles comp better here.
Fully agree. Blessed Isles comp just looks like that looks like a solid team comp. Voids, I think they have a lot of comfort champs on the Void. They have Nintendo's Aphelios, they have Lawful Dog's Heimerdinger, and the Lack is pretty comfortable in the Morgana. Um, so I don't think it's like totally over, but just Blessed Isles comp looks easy to pull off, and those tend to win. Yeah, we already did the Laldol. We have the Pokédol here. You guys wanna
We
do
actually got
that
a
while we
perfect
wait?
on Loldo.
Yeah, we did do a perfect
Like we
run.
got everything first try, yeah.
So we have a normal type Pokemon that lives in the mountains. It's has at least one other evolution stage. Uh, he's not. He's somewhere between Eevee and Snorlax's. All right, Clefairy, sure. It has to be Clefable, right? Because it's not. Does Cleffa exist in the first one? She doesn't, right? It's gotta be Clefable. Oh, alright, cool. Um, oh. Wow, this is actually the easiest Pokemon Blur one I've ever seen. What could it be? Wow! That's crazy.
You don't have to be afraid of me.
Wow, I wonder what shrew Pokemon this could be talking about.
I'd rather be home anyway.
This is crazy. Who's this Pokemon? Who is that Pokemon? This like... Oh, it's a Goldeen Tail, you think? Yep. You guys are on to something. Alright, what do you want to do next? We've already done the Laldol. We have like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. You guys like, I don't know, Smash Duel? Alright. Guess the character. Who you guys want to guess first? There's Smash has such like a big roster now that it's kind of like, I don't know. There's just too much. Like, why is Dr. Mario an actual like character instead of just a skin for Mario? Maybe I'm a hater. Alright. It's somebody who weighs exactly 98 pounds, but is a female. Zelda? I guess Zelda's an elf. Okay. It's kind of human-y. Well, was Zelda in the first one? I'll guess it, but... Oh, it's not a male or a female. Does that mean it's like a monster? Like a Ridley kind of boy? Or is Ridley classified as a boy? I don't know. I got a Corrin guess. I don't know what Corrin is. That's a male, right, though? Right? Alright. Corrin's both? Okay. Oh! Wait a second. Cthulhu cheated. What the heck? That was crazy. Ah. Shout out to Cthulhu. Whose final smash is Laser Beam? Is it that little computer guy? Samus? It's not Samus. Mega Man? Gunner? Rob? Wait, is Rob's name something else? Is it like R dot? Yep. It's that damn Rob.
Oh, robot, yeah.
What is that? I wonder who Kirby swallowed, guys. Who is it? I think he swallowed Mario. It's Pikachu! How are we doing on time? 1 minute. Alright, Dice. What is this? Is there a character that does RNG? They're like a slot machine character or something? Hero? I'm unfamiliar with this character. Alright. That was really fast. 30 seconds. Who is this? Who is this Smash Duel? That's Mario? It's not Dr. Mario. It does look like Mario with acne. Wait, it's actually Mario with acne? That's crazy. Alright, just like that, we are actually gonna load into the game. Okay, let me set up everything for us. And we'll fast forward. Both teams are going for a 5-point here.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Little bit of action in the mid lane.
Minions have spawned.
Alpha Dog is top. Black is mid lane. Toledo is jungle. This is good. Bumblebee is still 80 carry. Alright. Cthulhu was right. Snowy Birdie does play Briar. I was kind of hoping to see some rule swaps. I think it's always exciting to see that. But also nothing wrong with keeping it as is if they just won. Alright. Oh, Tarek landing a little stun there. Angelica hitting level 2 verse, kind of bullying Kalak there. Oh! Black landing the bind, but he already used the W.
Sorry, I had to do something really fast. I am back.
No worries. Can you see the stream and hear it and everything?
Yep, I can hear everything.
Great.
It's good. Alright, so both junglers decided to path up top side here. Don't really know why. The Ornn Heimerdinger lane is a very like slow lane. I mean, as I say that, of course, a bunch of trading happens, but
Yeah.
Looks like the Briar is pathing up immediately, trying to look for this Heimer gank, noting that Heimer used a lot already.
And they both
Will
flash.
get the flash, and yeah, that is a kill for the Ornn. Well played for the Briar, skipping some camps to make this gank happen, knowing that the Heimerdinger wanted to get this wave in right now. And that was just a very clean gank. Now Jarvan will be looking to head out to the scuttle, and Heimerdinger will be coming back.
Missing.
Should be able to get this though. Yep. Meanwhile, Anarchist is getting a little bit chunked in the bot lane. You see Jarvan actually deciding to skip the scuttle, trying to swap around and probably burn Angelica's flash, but won't be able to get anything off this play though. We'll just go for the bot lane scuttle and probably go for a base here. You know, Briar going for the top scuttle. As the mid laners are trading very heavily with each other actually. It's very interesting for this timer where both the junglers could come and look for a play. Briar looking for a regain on the flashless Heimerdinger will be very, very valuable. Good, very well played on this Briar, knowing that the flash is down and probably getting a kill here.
Dog, run!
Well played, Verdi.
Poor little guy. This isn't the first time we've seen Lawful Dog get like camped in the Hextech games. It's always sad to see though. Toledo's here.
Alright, Jarvan looking for the flash play, but doesn't get anything as we get some flash traded in the bot lane. But as the Jarvan, you don't really like being the person who just trades flash for flash. You want to get some kills going. You want to get some pressure going into this bot lane, especially since the dragon has spawned. Wonder if they're going to try to look for a regank here, though, knowing that the flashes are down. Maybe. But yeah, they see the Jarvan and they are able to get that. Okay, now the Tarek's flash is down. Both bot lane flashes are now down. So this might lead to a Drake play, but probably will just lead to some bases for both the jungler. Actually, I'm surprised the jungler is also backing. I don't feel... Oh wait, Jarvan didn't actually recall the first time. I see. Okay. Oh, Briar is back on the camps.
Yeah, Briar's bot lane. Lawful Dog is safe. Holy shit, Lawful Dog's fucking up Grant.
This is good, but Grant still has TP, so can probably just safely take this wave, teleport back. But actually will miss this wave because the teleport is a little bit late. So Lawful Dog actually getting some back in this lane and does have a significant CS lead despite all the ganks. Alright, looks
ulting.
like both mid laners are just using their ults. Good flash from Angelica to get out of this. and it looks like both mid laners will barely survive on like 1 HP.
Oh, Orin.
All right,
little
good
engage there.
engage on the Ornn, but we'll
Oh,
just
no,
get
he just
shot
got
down
back
by
to
some of the
me.
Heimerdinger turrets, and we'll be chunked a little bit. Yeah, unfortunate. But it looks like both junglers are again pathing up to the top side, so we'll see what happens on this time around. It looks like Briar will probably be looking for a play here again.
Oh.
Alright, it looks like Ornn is looking for the solo ult, but misses everything. As a Briar will miss the ult, but it doesn't matter. It looks like Ornn will just be able to get the kill, and Briar is here for the follow-up, and that is another kill on the Heimerdinger. Now 0-3, but with 45 CS, Ornn only has 19. So Ornn has not been able to farm very reliably into this lane. Looks like Bumblebee able to get some Ash arrows off. Keeps going, but is kind of forced off as the Taric misses the E. Taric is, it's important to remember, they don't have flashes, so they will just die here.
Bumblebee.
Oh,
Trading?
they're going in a little bit
That's why
too
walking
far,
up so-
and they will trade 1-for-1 unexpectedly. Lido is able to get the kill on Angelica as we see the Morgana root land. I think the Jarvan ult was a little excessive. The Morgana root was already on top, so yeah.
After what she did to them last game, they're trying to make sure she stays dead. Oh! Alright,
Okay,
that was just
good
a
stop with the recall.
BM Ash arrow.
Does slow down the recall though. That's good. Oh, got the oh wow, got the.
Said, you want me to stay? This is what you get! This is what you get! That was pretty funny. Jarvan's
Alright, now
on
we see-
Dragon.
Yep, Jarvan will be starting the dragon. Meanwhile, both mid laners have about equal prio. Janna got to lane slightly before the Taric, so we'll be able to help the jungler. And Briar does not seem interested in this in this dragon. Just seems interested in taking the camp, so it will just go for free to the Jarvan. There's more to know. Jarvan does not have ult, but Taric was hit by the Morgana Q. Morgana Q is getting huge value this game. Morgana ult also getting a lot of value. Another Morgana Q, and that is a double kill over to Morgana. Very well played. And now, with this mid lane pressure, we are looking at a grubbed angle, but Heimerdinger getting engaged on by Ornn, but has to use the flash to get out. He is turning the fight. Ornn has to flash away, but the Briar ult misses. Unfortunate, and they will both leave. But Toledo is looking for a play onto the Ornn that is low. But the Briar is here for the follow-up. And we'll just... Why is the Briar not going in? Okay, there we go. The Briar is now engaging. Snowy Birdie going in.
Shit,
And
Toledo,
that
where'd
is
you
Angelica
go?
getting the kill.
Oh, Ash arrow. Missing Lawful Dog Top. Just barely.
It looks like because the Jarvan is dead, Briar will just be able to start the grubs here. You gotta admit, even though the Ornn got a lot of ganks from the Briar, oh wow, nice. Oh, that wasn't it looked like it was a kill to the Ornn, but the auto was seemingly cancelled, so it actually goes over to Lawful Dog, and
oh, he lands a stun, but I don't know.
very interesting. Okay, Angelica getting the cleanup kill. And what happened to the grubs? Who got all the grubs? I didn't see that actually.
I don't remember.
It does look like Briar had to invest flash. Jarvan used the Cataclysm, and Briar was able to just escape from that. Briar will now start clearing the camps. Jarvan will also start clearing the camps, going down. And meanwhile, Bumblebee is getting a plate in the bot lane. Very well played all around the map. Just seems like a lot of skirmishing is going on, as there was just a lot of chaos, especially in the top lane in these past couple of minutes. So we're about to return to a little bit of a calmer time for both these lanes.
Grant's master plan to reset Heimer Gould for Angelica to pick it up. That's what they did last game. They got everybody so fed. Every single player had a bounty. And then,
Gwen got, Gwen got all.
Angelica caught them all. Or most of them.
Unlike the past couple of games, this game has been pretty close like the whole way through. Right now, it's 19.3 to 19.9k gold, so it's not that big of a difference in gold right now. Morgana is like probably the biggest gold lead right now. Just been super impactful with the roots in some of these skirmishes, and has had a lot of value so far.
Yeah.
Let's see if the value continues into the mid to late game.
Oh, Ash Arrow!
Oh, nice Ash
On the
Arrow.
Nintendo.
But it
Oh,
like there's
Briar!
follow-up with the Briar ult land that will they be
Can
able
Janna
to
peel Briar?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, she can.
Wow, they're sending everyone. Morgana with the teleport in.
Oh!
Will be able to make enough space and a root. And once again, Morgana is just getting so much value, but Angelica coming in with a Hui ult gets the shutdown onto the Morgana. And so far, it's a 1 for 2.
The girlies,
So
they're
it was a bunch of
fighting.
flash being used, but Bumblebee does get the kill back onto the Ashe, and so far that play was a 2 for 3 in favor of who was it in favor of? In favor of Blessed Isles. There you go. It's still another thing that will, as we pan over to these top laners, we have to be concerned about how much gold this Heimerdinger is getting. Like, this Heimerdinger is getting so much gold, being able to shred this Ornn down, just doing so much damage. Lawful Dog gets another kill onto the Ornn. As you can see, like, Heimerdinger just has 105 CS to 54. A huge difference in CS here. Meanwhile, we see that everyone is setting up for Drake. Briar going in onto Jarvan. Toledo almost dead and will have to back off here. That might just be the Drake for the Blessed Isles.
Ash Arrow coming in. Barely missing Jarvan.
Yeah.
I was trying
No,
to kill him with the Ash Arrow. I think that ability is... You can do it that way, but...
Yeah, and it looks like because the Jarvan was chunked, yeah, it will just
Briar
be a
ult.
dragon. Wow, I didn't know Briar ult went through Morgana like that. Very interesting, but Morgana will just peel back with the ult. We'll just and we'll live another day.
Oh, Bumblebee might not live though. No Ash ult to
See,
save her.
Helios have the damage to get the kills.
Oh.
No, just barely lives there.
Bad day for the Void.
It was a little unlucky for Aphelios as well. Didn't have the right guns to get the jobs done.
Now he does. Now he's got the ranged one. If Anarchist Ed does not block.
It's a little scary. Yep. There it is.
Briar's here. They're in danger. Just use Granite Tornado. They have Janna ult, but
And there it is, Briar over the wall.
a little slow on the Janna ult.
And yeah, again, like we were saying in draft, the Janna ult not getting much value into the Briar. The Briar will just run back in, keep the engage going, and will not really care about this these Janna ults too much. And now it's the same story in the top lane. Waffle Dog finally getting his top lane turret and having still twice the CS of Grant. Just really dominating this matchup despite all the Briar ganks in the early game. Right, Morgana Q going wide. Angelica maybe looking to capitalize on this, misses the Q. Misses again. Everyone is just missing all of their skill shots in the mid lane. Either one of them could have killed the other one, but no one is hitting their skill shots right now.
That's too hard.
Yeah, true.
Bumblebee here on the side. She has ult. She gonna just rip it? She ripped it.
Did not hit, but they still have the gank pressure.
Oh, Black Shield.
Morgana, Black
Saves
Shield saving
Nintendo.
them.
You know
In the
Janna
does look like a Tarek will allow him to get a kill
Does he live?
onto Morgana, but barely not able to, having to
Wow.
even flash out because of the Morgana bind. And now they're coming in. Lawful Dog, really strong here, has a lot of gold, is able to get the kill on Henrik instead, and the rest of the Blessed Eyes will have to back off. Oh wow, they're dropping the Herald right now. They're probably looking for some play mid. See if they'll be able to get the tower here. It is a very healthy tower, so they might not actually be able to fully get it. We will see.
Oh!
No
Fire on the
no
Janna.
Morgana Black Shield this time, as they will be able to get the ult onto the Janna, but won't have
Oh!
quite enough damage there. But does get the E onto the Jarvan, and going back and re-engaging with the value from the Hui, and we'll just be able to regen all the way back to full. Briar is a balanced champion.
Oh, not the ping. The ult's ready. Right, feet. I thought you were saying for a second that she has feet, but you're just a freak.
Yeah.
Feet freak.
Briar wasn't able to get the kill on Lawful Dog though.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
But they do get the tower with all that pressure. Very well played. Briar is in a very strong spot this game. I was not expecting it to be this impactful, honestly. But I mean, it does do a lot. It is able to wall slam Jarvan into his own ult. It is able to keep going through the Janna ult. Even when knocked back, it'll still run in. Does not matter.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So yeah, it is getting a lot of value this game. And Briar also opted to go like a higher damage build. Most Briars will go like Titanic or Sundered Sky, but we are just seeing the Bork straight up, which is very, very high damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You see now that Lawful Dog is trying to help his team with some of these plays and is trying to like set up stuff in the bottom lane. Briar does miss everything, and Heimerdinger Lawful Dog will just put like his entire turrets down. We'll get a lot of value. And we'll barely live. Horn flashes over to get the kill onto Lawful Dog, but we'll just die as a result. So it is going to be a 2-for-1 for the Void. See how they use this number advantage though.
Oh, bind landed.
They did land the bind.
Second the bind landed, he is ready.
But it isn't enough damage. Jarvan doesn't do that much damage at this point in the game. But we'll have the Aphelios to back him up and get that other kill. And as this is happening, it looks like the dragon has spawned. Let's see if any of them go for this dragon. Neither jungler is up right now, so if they do go for the dragon, they better hope that the other team isn't going to try to contest it, or else it will just be a 50-50, and it looks like Aphelios is going to leave and just push bot lane.
Oh, fine missed. He's out of there.
Alright, and as both junglers are respawning, let's see where they end up going. It looks like we have the Void getting set up in the Dragon Pit while we have the Blessed Isles pushing the mid lane in, getting some prio in the mid lane. And the Void getting that control in the pit will start the dragon. Asher does hit the Aphelios, and the Ornn ult is coming in. This is the engage. They're going in. They're going to contest it. It's a smite fight. Blue team stole it. Tarek stole it. Neither of the smites actually ended up getting this Drake. And Tarek ult is gone now, so maybe they will go back for a re-engage, but just seems like they're both deciding to disengage and peel off from this fight any longer. The steal, though, crucial. Oh, wow, what a play. What a play from Angelica, getting that Hui ult, and they will be able to use that kill to go in even further. Tarek flash ulting in. Ghost Boy not really getting any value from the Janna peel, and this is just going to be a cleanup. Oh my goodness. Blessed Isles coming back after that game 1 loss, getting some kills here, shutting down this Heimerdinger after Heimerdinger got ahead despite all the ganks. Both teams are fighting furiously, but it seems like the Blessed Isles are going to get this Otacon and get a pretty substantial lead now in this game. It is now a 3.5k lead. And that is not including all of the bonus stats from all of these petals that are being collected. Well played to the Blessed Isles.
Alright, this game's gotta end pronto. My dog has told me it's poop o'clock.
Oh no. This is why I got cats. I just set up litter boxes around the house, and then they don't need me to walk them. They just go whenever they want.
Blue team's turret
All right, Lawful Dog getting another turret in the bot lane. Will be a threat, and will be like a big threat in side lanes, but hasn't really seemed to be getting too much impact in these team fights. As like Terragold is just able to brute force through this. Okay, Toledo looking for a Jarvan engage, but used everything to go in and just won't have the sustain. The Aphelios ult does so much damage, but it isn't quite enough. Briar also getting some engage in, disengaging Morgana from the Morgana ult, and will keep going, but Aphelios will get the shutdown. That is huge, and Morgana will be able
to
to
the backside.
Okay, Grant is going in, but will get rooted. Does have a lot of tenacity though.
Oh wow!
Okay, and Dolphin with a huge hoist snipe there. See if they choose to continue going in though.
red team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like Lawful Dog's a little bit out of position, but not really. Can actually just reset in the bush here. If you saw that Aphelios ult as the Blessed Isles, you better be worried that if Aphelios gets an ult in later stages of this game, that you could just be, even with your gold lead, you could just be annihilated in a team fight by just the Aphelios damage alone.
Yeah. Oh, we have another.
Alright, Hybrid.
Snowy Birdie's here too.
We're under threat of the Ornn ult. Briar ult goes wide, but Briar is still here. Can't just get the kill. There you go. That's the kill going over to the Briar. That is super, super fed here in this game. I wish I could see from this view when the Drake timers are. I do know that Baron is up there. It seems like both teams are crowding around the Drake because it is going to be spawning soon. Angelica just get the Hui ult, but the flash away to make sure that that won't land. But Snowy Birdie is still able to get the kill, and they will chase down after the Aphelios. But Aphelios just one-shots Snowy Birdie, and both junglers are basically just traded 1-for-1 because of that. Aphelios no ult though. To be careful in this fight.
Oh, Ash
Looks
is
like
kind of
Bumblebee is actually playing, but is just
onside.
caught out. Goes too
How'd
far.
she get over there? Did she take the portal
I don't know,
by
but
herself?
overstepped for sure. And you gotta be even more afraid of the Aphelios. The Aphelios is super, super fed in this game. Just one-shots the fed Briar. Because of those plays and that sequence of events, it looks like the Void will tie up the Drakes 2-2, and we'll just get the reset off. Everyone is resetting. Now, next objective up is the Baron. Both teams will be looking for this Baron. All right, the first one into the river for the Baron is going to be the Blessed Isles. Getting the Scuttle Crab, getting some initial vision going, and now we see Jarvan kind of trying to look on the Ornn. I don't think much can happen when you're trying to look at an Ornn at this stage of the game.
He
But
dodged
it
the
does
arrow.
look like the Ash Arrow was not hit, and it will try to look on this Ornn, and Heimerdinger is just so fed that it actually is able to do substantial damage to the Ornn, but it looks like the follow-up from Briar will
hard
be
to
enough.
deal.
Briar just chasing with the ult, and then will probably just deal with the Jarvan as well. Meanwhile, Bumblebee dying to Nintendo Forever. Nintendo Forever just doing so much damage on this Aphelios. Now is 11-3. Mortal Reminder and Infinity Edge. Just such a strong Aphelios right now. And I do agree. Why do people keep letting this pick through? It is so strong every single time you see it. But the Hui looking to get the kill, but isn't enough damage. The Morgana saving this play. All right, I will be taking over the communications for a little bit because a dog needs to be walked. Let's just say that. All right. Yeah, exactly. Doggo stealing our other caster, for sure. All right, though. See, now the Void is starting to get back into this game. It's only a 1k difference, and the Aphelios is just going to be really strong in these fights. I am in the position of the Blessed Isles. You need to kill the Aphelios first. That needs to be the priority target. And, you know, they don't have that much disengage. The Morgana Black Shield is really all they have. And they all, I mean, they also have Janna. Never mind. I take it back. But, they actually do have a lot of disengage. But yeah, look at that. The Aphelios just one-shots the Ashe. And, you know, they will probably just be able to get control of Baron because of that. Aphelios is just getting super, super relevant in these fights. And, you know, both these teams in the past couple of games have been relying on these scaling picks getting super, super strong. In game 1, it was the Vel'Koz. In game 2, it was the Gwen. And in game 3, it's the Aphelios being super relevant here. As they will get the Baron and reset. Alright, it looks like the Void is getting control of the river, able to get that scuttle, get some vision control here, and then we'll just reset. Not really doing much with the Baron though. You would expect that when you get the Baron, you're trying to hit some of these tier 2 towers, but haven't really done much of that yet. They went back, got the scuttle, and recalled again. Now it looks like they're sending about 3 people. They're sending their entire team down the bot lane, so they're just leaving this mid wave unattended. And I have a feeling that this Baron macro could be done better. There could be some more pressure in other lanes. But no, they're just trying to look for this dragon here. They're sacking the mid wave, not getting any prio there, and just looking for a fight bot lane. Ornn getting CC'd out of the ult. Still dashes in though, as Aphelios will cleanse the Ashe ult, and Jarvan will get the engage off onto everyone. Terrace ulting in, getting everyone. Aphelios wiping the entire team, getting a massive triple kill, and will be advancing up into this jungle. But they will have to retreat as Angelica is doing so much damage on the back end and will be getting one more as a return, but it still looks like it will be a dragon for the Void. As Anarchist Ed and Angelica will not be able to do enough. Aphelios still a big damage threat, but Hui using the I don't remember what it is. I think the WE to run away, and then Ghost Boy probably will just be able to do the damage on their own with the Janna, but maybe not enough. Oh, Janna flashes, but not enough there. Will use the shield to defend and not die, and the dragon will be secured by Nintendo forever at the same time. I also do wish somebody split push mid. I think that this Baron macro could have done better. Every single time I've seen Aphelios and BoozeBash, this pick has popped off, by the way. I don't know what it is, because usually Aphelios is considered a pretty difficult ADC to play with all the, like, gun combos, but I don't know. Aphelios been pretty strong in some of these BoozeBash games, not gonna lie. See, Bumblebee be getting caught. Aphelios battle song won't be enough though. Tarek will be able to defend, but Aphelios does land that and chunks Bumblebee to half HP with just a single ability landed. Is this Aphelios a Pokemon, an assassin, or an ADC? The world will only know. Maybe Aphelios is just everything. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously if you OTP Aphelios, then yeah, you're gonna... I mean, there are a lot of Aphelios players on this server, I guess. I don't know. Alright, looks like they're still all grouped as 5, just pushing down the mid lane. Again, like, nobody's using these side lanes. Like, you have such a strong side laning, you have such a strong side laner in the Heimerdinger, who isn't really doing much in these pushes. Just like, it's just not really like going much. And so you have a bot lane that's actually kind of pushed in for the Void. So they have to go and answer this. And we gotta wonder, like, is Baron gonna be up when this is occurring? Not, I mean, it's spawning somewhat soon, in a minute and a half. So, you know, they're sending everyone down to the bot lane, but like the Void is sending everyone down to the bot lane, which means that the Blessed Isles will actually be able to get some setup around the Baron. Maybe they're sending everyone top lane, using some of that pressure, and yeah, Tarek is running in, getting some vision control, but can't run too far. He has to be careful, or else he will just get caught, and he is getting caught here. This is really, really bad for Tarek. I don't know why he wasted ult there. And the teleport from the Orange also will be killed pretty easily here. And Aphelios is just not in a bad position. You see, Briar won't be able to do enough, and Aphelios is just taking over this fight again. There it is, the double kill for Nintendo forever. And Angelica is the only one who can even compare to the amount of damage, getting a kill back. But it is just too much, as the Ornn will have to retreat. Somehow lived after teleporting behind, but it might just be too much. Nintendo forever pushing down the mid lane, carrying his team to this win. And this might just be the game here. They are going for the push. Can Angelica defend this? We will see. Needs to clear the wave out though. It looks like Anarchist Ed is able to respawn here, so they will not be able to end the game or anything like that. But Baron is about to spawn. Baron has spawned. They might be just running straight to Baron. They might just reset. We don't know. Let's see what they do from here. It's like Anarchist Ed is looking for something, but won't find much. You have to be careful. You don't want to get caught out like you just did when you don't know where the Aphelios is. Now they see where everyone is. Ashall going wide. Nintendo forever. Briar all going in, but you're just running into 4 people, one of which is a fed Aphelios, not really able to get much done. Anarchist Ed having to flash out of the Jarvan ult, and now Anarchist Ed is also dying to Aphelios. Angelica only hitting the Toledo, who has like a bunch of MR and the spell shield from Morgana. And now with that numbers advantage, they can comfortably hit the Baron, and that is what they will do. Yeah, that's why I said at first I didn't. Yeah, I said that Aphelios is didn't really have that much peel. I was really stupid for saying that. Aphelios has a ton of peel. The Janna and the Morgana like are huge sources of peel. Yeah. Now it looks like they're going for the Drake. This will be the Hextech Soul if they get it. Hextech Soul, obviously one of the stronger souls. It will slow people down, chain, and chain attack speed, everything that Aphelios will want. They do get it. Ornn does not actually end up being able to steal it. Looks like Heimer was stunned for a long time there. I think that was the Ashe ult. I didn't see though, as they will reset. And they should be looking for the end here. This could be the end of this. Could be the push that ends the game. Hextech Soul. Baron is in their possession. Aphelios, super fed, has a full build with the Bloodthirster included, with the shield bow now for some extra survivability on top of the Morgana Black Shield, on top of the Janna ult. And as we see now, we see that Janna is going to be the sole pusher for mid lane, while the rest of the team pushes top. Actually, Janna is just moving top with the rest of the team. So all 5 are going into this topside jungle, rotating over the top and making a Baron push happen. And there is just no other push. Janna actually going back to mid lane, trying to get the mid lane push. Meanwhile, the rest of the team are doing a 4-1. They're getting the tier 2 tower in the top lane, continuing to advance. Ashe goes wide again. And wow, this series is is almost coming to an end. Alright, the Aphelios is pushing mid now. Nintendo forever. Can he get this done? Let's see. Let's see if they can defend this. Blessed Isles trying their best to defend. Oh my god, the Aphelios ult doing so much damage. But the Briar ult lands, but I just don't think it'll be enough. There is some CC. Taric ult. This is about the best you can ask for if you are the Blessed Isles. They will be able to get through some, but... And they do actually get 2. They are able to defend. Aphelios is stunned. Angelica gets... Oh wait, no, it wasn't Aphelios. It's Heimerdinger is stunned. Oh my god. They are able to still get 3, and it is a 3-for-1. They are able to defend the push. Insane. Through Hextech Soul, through the Aphelios. Oh my god, Briar flashing onto the Aphelios, but the Aphelios just does too much damage. We'll get the kill back. It is important to know that Aphelios is full build, which means that if this game draws on further, then they will just lose. Alright, they're looking into the enemy's jungle as Snowy Birdie will have to retreat from the jungle. And let's see what is up next. Baron is up in 1:40. It does look like Janna was hit by this ult, so might actually get caught here. We will see, but it isn't quite enough damage. Janna will survive. Looks like Briar is going in on Lawful Dog. Snowy Birdie not able to get it done, and just all of these plays, just not enough damage here in any of these important pieces of the puzzle for the Void. As Morgana will flash, miss the binding on the minion. Orange going in for the engage, also whiffs. Everyone is just whiffing their ults. Oh my god. Looks like Snowy Birdie going in for that ult. Oh my god, they actually get the engage on the Aphelios. The Aphelios is shut down. Oh my goodness. Blessed Isles going in. And they actually might be able to like get a lot off of this. The Elder is spawning in 1 minute and 10 seconds, so we won't be able to get the Elder right now, but yeah. Is he gonna look for the end here? They're trying to, but they don't have a minion wave. They won't actually be able to do anything yet. Why is Grant not the one tanking here? Okay, there we go. I'm a while to figure that out, but the orange should be the one going in. Anything is possible with a Terricle. Even the Fed Leos just can be killed by that. Alright, Morgana able to cancel the back of Bumblebee. Bumblebee has the flash, does get caught here. Heimerdinger is able to get the kill onto that. And now the Void will be able to get this Elder Drake, get the setup, because the Blessed Isles overstayed. It's just macro gaps on both sides, just crucial macro mistakes on both sides, as now the Void are able to get the Elder buff. Will be able to get the Baron off this too. Ghost Boy not dying because of that. And they will just might just push the mid lane. They might just go in here. They don't have their Aphelios on these fights, but they're just pushing mid lane. They might be able to just end the game right here. Yeah, it's not even that they died right before the objective, by the way. It's that they overstayed and tried to go for that tier 3 tower instead of resetting and preparing for the objective. That was the macro mistake that Blessed Isles make that might just cost them this game here. Oh my god, the Elder Dragon getting another kill. And now they don't have a wave, but they are clearing everything in the mid lane. Snowy Birdie smiting that last cannon minion. They're going for a desperation engage, but the Elder Dragon just doing too much damage. They're all dying, and now it looks like the Void is just going to take over this game. Snowy Birdie trying to do everything in his power to get this going, but it looks like it might just be GG. The Void going in. GA isn't enough to save you, and it looks like Bumblebee is dying. I see Summoner disconnects, and this just might be the game right now. The Void taking it, advancing to the finals, and putting back the Blessed Isles into the losers bracket. Well played to the Void. By the way, I can't leave the victory screen because I'm not the one streaming right now. So yeah. We're just stuck on the screen, but I can take an interviewer if I want. If somebody wants to, if somebody on the Void wants to come in for the interview, you can go for it. I'm happy to do so. Yep, Jackie's gone. It's dog's fault.
Hello.
Hello. That was a really good game 3 you got there. The Felios was very good. So congratulations on advancing to finals. Do you have any thoughts about that series?
Everyone played super well.
It's nice. So what were you thinking in the end of that game 3? That the Felios game.
Oh, I was just happy I got my main champion.
Yeah, you were very proficient at it, and Yeah, that was a very, very good game. That was a killer game. Let me see. I
It's
still have the screen up. 26, 4, and 6. That was
it's
insane.
pretty hard to play him without a front line, so it scared me when Lawful was like, pick me Heimerdinger, but I trust him, so
Yeah, I mean, you did have the Morgana and the Janna, so yeah, that did you end up appreciating the comp afterwards, seeing the beauty of the composition?
yeah. It just made the game a little harder to play. Because I have just J4 in front of me and he's very squishy, but
And then what about the other two games? Do you have any thoughts about those that you'd like to talk about?
not really. Everyone played super well. I definitely entered the first game, but I'm used to playing with Ignite so on Shin mid, but
Fair enough,
aside from
fair
that,
enough.
I think
Oh
everyone played
yeah, I
well.
remember the lane swap in the first game. So whose idea was it to do that lane swap where everyone swapped lanes? Were when you were drafting, were you initially going to put the Vayne top lane and then have the Shen go mid? What was your planning like for that first game?
Um, it was the lax idea. There wasn't really much planning. He said, "Pick me Vel'Koz, I'll take it anywhere," and we went from there. But he popped
Okay.
off.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. And then the Vayne top as well was very impactful against the Maokai. So whatever planning or lack thereof went happened. Yeah. Congratulations on that as well. So, um, is there anything that you were looking forward to going into finals? Who do you expect to make it to finals?
Uh, probably expect to play the Blessed Isles again.
Okay.
And Niluk
Uh,
is very scary mid.
that is fair. I saw that you were banning like using all five of your bans on her. Also, by the way, just in case this changes your answer, Targon was the one who advanced from, um, or who did not get eliminated tonight. So yeah, so the next match is next week during your bye week is going to be Targon versus the Blessed Isles. So, what do you think about that matchup?
They both have really good players. I think it could go either way, but it's hard to say.
All right.
Depends
Right.
on if Targon comes in with a good draft plan. I definitely think they could take the series.
All right. Awesome. Well, it looks like Jackie is back based on the fact that the computer is changing. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how did the third how did the third game end? What happened? Unfortunately, my dog told me it was poop now or on the
Uh,
floor, so
it was basically what you expected. So the Void ended up winning. The Aphelios ended up popping off super hard. Um, and there was a little slip up though at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
maybe I'll
scary.
ask you about that. What happened there? Like you got caught by a couple of things, but yeah. Yeah, other than that though, they
It was
uh
just some miscommunication. We got really,
yeah,
really split that one fight, but our wave clear
yep.
lived somehow.
Yeah, but then what happened, Jackie, is that the Blessed Isles overstayed a little bit. They went for too much and
uh
their recalls were super delayed, and then Sarah got caught out in mid, and then Void got Elder and Baron and then ended the game. Actually no, they just got Elder and ended the game. Yeah.
all right. Well, that sounds like it was
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, so if you don't have any questions though, then I think that's it, right?
Yeah, thank you for solo casting there. Sorry I had to leave at the end, but
No, you're good.
it's a
You're
good
good.
series until then.
Mhm.
Angelica. Oh, you actually outdamaged her. Nice job, Nintendo. There you go. Whoever does the most damage deserves to win, right? All right. yeah, I don't have any questions. Congratulations, and I will cut the stream. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Good night.